Mass Mutual pregame show. Mass Mutual Insurance, Planning, Investments. Now, here's Christian Arcand.
Good evening, Red Sox fans, and welcome into the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcand. After dropping the first two games against the Yankees, there was a little bit of panic in the air going into Sunday's finale, a sweep at home to set the Sox 3.5 games back and potentially even push them to the edge of the wild card picture with both Cleveland and Texas charging hard. That had people worried, but the good news is the Red Sox had Garrett Crochet on the mound, and he was awesome, striking out two batters in a 1-2-3 first inning, and then the Red Sox bats decided to give him some early run support, which they haven't done a lot of this year. They pounced on Yankee starter Will Warren. First five Red Sox to come to the plate all had hits, including a leadoff triple from Jarren Duran, RBI singles from Alex Bregman and Nathaniel Lowe, and an RBI double from Romy Gonzalez. And then catcher Carlos Narvaez delivered an early knockout punch.
Here's the pitch. Carlos swings and drives one high and deep into center field. At the track, it is at the wall. It is gone! Straight away center. Adios for Carlos. And the Red Sox lead it 6-0. El Capitan says bye-bye.
That was the 14th ding-dong of the year for Narvaez, his 45th run batted in this year, and that is also your play of last night's game from 2 nights ago. And it's brought to you by Nissan. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Sun's out, deals up at the Nissan end-of-summer sales event. Armed with that 6-0 lead, Crochet would cruise through the first couple innings. He did allow a 2-run homer to Ahmed Rosario in the fourth and a solo shot to who else but Aaron Judge in the fifth. But other than that, he was a strikeout machine, tying a career high with 12 Ks in this one through 6 innings, 3 runs on 5 hits for Crochet, who picked up the win. Aroldis Chapman nailed down his 30th save of the year, and the Red Sox take it 6-4, avoiding the sweep at home. And with that, the Red Sox and the Yankees are done with each other, at least for now. And despite New York taking this last series, the Red Sox end up with a nice head-to-head record of 9 wins and 4 losses against the Bombers this season. Red Sox finished the series trailing New York by a game and a half, but that's now down to just 1 game after the Yankees shut out by the Twins yesterday, 7-0. Red Sox had yesterday off, but now will face a team they just saw out in Sacramento, the A's, who avoided a sweep of their own back on September 10th, beating the Red Sox 5-4 after Boston took the first 2 games by a combined score of 13-0. With 12 games left in the regular season, Red Sox hold a 3.5 game lead over the red-hot Guardians and Rangers, who are on the outside of the postseason looking in. They can't make up any ground if the Red Sox keep winning, though, so all of these games are now under the microscope, and that brings us to the Herb Chambers starting lineups. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. For the visiting A's, it'll be Shea Langoliers leading off and doing the catching. Jacob Wilson will bat second and play short. Nick Kurtz was playing first base and batting third. He has 3 home runs and 7 runs batted in during a 4-game win streak for the A's, which started with their win over the Red Sox to avoid a sweep in that series. Brent Rooker will bat cleanup in DH. He's hitting .438 with 2 doubles and 2 homers in his last 4 games. Colby Thomas batting 5th in right. He'll be followed by Darrell Ernaiz at second base. Brett Harris at third. Lawrence Butler will bat 8th and play center field. Max Schumann is your number 9 hitter and left fielder in front of the starter, Jeffrey Springs. For the Red Sox, Romy Gonzalez will lead off at first base. He has a 14-game hit streak going right now. He homered off Springs last week. Alex Bregman batting second and playing third. Trevor Story will be your number 3 hitter and shortstop. Rob Refsnyder in the cleanup spot, DHing. He also homered off Springs last week. Carlos Narvaez, who was the power surge for them in Sunday's game, will bat 5th and do the catching. Nate Eaton in right, followed by Nick Sogard at second. Jarren Duran batting 8th in left field. Ceddanne Rafaela, your number 9 hitter, in front of the starter, Connelly Early. And with that, let's get to tonight's pitching matchup, brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. For the A's, Jeffrey Springs getting the start. He's 10-11 with a 4.28 ERA and 28 starts this year. He lost to Connelly Early last Tuesday, allowing 5 runs on 8 hits in 5 innings. He's been struggling lately, 0-3 with a 5.40 ERA in his last 3 starts. He's allowed 9 home runs in his last last 9 starts as well and is winless since July 30th. For the Red Sox, Connelly Early making his second career start and debuting at Fenway Park. He dominated the A's in his first start back on September 9th. 5 scoreless innings, 11 strikeouts. Those 11 strikeouts tied Don Ossie's club record for strikeouts in a major league debut for the Red Sox. Early also became the 3rd pitcher in baseball history to give up 0 runs with 1 or fewer walks while striking out 10 or more batters in their major league debut. And with that, let's get to the Baseball Isn't Boring 2-Minute Grill with Rob Bradford, presented by McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil, including BioHeat, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. Here with Rob Bradford is tonight's starting pitcher, making his Fenway debut, Connelly Early.
There's no human being I'd rather be talking to right now more than Connelly Early for the 2-Minute Grill. So I was curious, probably haven't been asked since you've been called up. I don't even know, maybe in Worcester, but you went to West Point initially, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the fact that you called me sir tells me you went to West Point. And so I'm just wondering how, and I know that you moved on and went to Virginia from that, but like how that has influenced you in terms of discipline and preparation and things like that.
Yeah, I feel like, it all started at West Point. Them just giving me a shot to go there and play baseball and also enjoy the school, enjoy the military stuff, and just learn a lot about myself. Really prepared me just for, the schedule that, a professional baseball player goes through every single day and throughout the whole entire year. So just, waking up every single day and having to be in a certain uniform. Yeah, making your bed, making your room look spotless, having that checked every single day, and then also being out for formations, looking the right way, looking the part. And then obviously in the summer trainings, just staying on top of your physical self, and then also just the mental strength that all those challenges bring during the Army fitness training, and all those different things that go into it for your summer training has definitely prepared me for this.
So when I heard, before your first start about your preparation and your studying and how they were really, really like blown away by how you were prepared going in, I don't know if this is hyperbole, but immediately I thought back to all the things that you were talking about here. I don't know if that's how you were in high school, but if that was sort of where the foundation of like the preparation you had coming in that first start was.
Yeah, I feel like my parents raised me the right way, so I think it started at a young age, but also just, I had my dad and both my grandparents on both sides were in the military, and then my brother went to the Air Force Academy, so it definitely runs in the blood, and I was just taught from a young age, you got to keep your head down and just go to work, do the things that you're supposed to do, and stay on top of it and be as prepared as possible. So when you do get into a moment like that, you're mentally strong and just able to go out there and enjoy it. So I would say West Point obviously was a huge factor, and just a big maturity phase for me as well. And I think that just set me up really well.
And the last thing is, when you get the call up and you get it through the excitement, are you really like, give me the scouting reports, give me the stuff, I want to start digging in on this?
100%. We've done that all the way through and through the minor leagues. So obviously in high A and double A, it was a couple less players that we were scouting and going over, just so then we kind of got the idea of what to look into, how we should attack certain guys, and also still being able to trust your best stuff, even if a guy is really good at handling this pitch or this pitch, he's never seen you, and if his results are good off of other guys' changeups, might not necessarily mean he's good off your changeup, especially if you execute the pitch in the right location. So as you went up in the minor leagues, you go through more of the hitters, learn a little bit more, and it's a little bit more in depth. And then obviously getting up here, it's going through the whole lineup because, everybody's...
It's a lot more information.
Yeah, a lot more information, and every guy up here is a big leaguer. I mean, everybody's really damn good, so you just got to go out there and trust your stuff and execute your pitches. And sometimes, you're just trying to have them get themselves out.
But that's the thing, is that you have the information, but ultimately you can't forget, like, I have good stuff. Like,
yes,
they have to beat me.
Yes,
you know, that, I don't know if that's a mindset you came into that game, like, that you kept reminding yourself, yeah, I got all this information, but they have to beat me. They have to beat my stuff because it's good.
Yeah, I think not only was it myself telling me that, but just going over everything with the catchers, with the coaches, with the other guys on the team. They helped me feel, like I was part of this right off the jump, and just knowing that if I throw the game that I'm able to throw, I can go out there and compete at any level. And I think they did a really good job of, helping me feel that, not only just internally, but also them telling me, like, we've seen enough. You've done a good job. Just go out there and trust your stuff, and let the chips lay where they may.
Okay, don't let these slobs make you forget where your roots are from.
Yes, sir.
Good job.
Yes, sir.
That was tonight's starting pitcher, Connelly Early, with our own Rob Bradford. Tonight's first pitch is at 6:45. First pitch is brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777. Also, you can watch Red Sox pregame on Twitch. Just follow WEEI. It's brought to you by Subaru of New England. The Subaru of New England all-wheel drive-away event is going on right now. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Coming up in about 15 minutes, Will Fleming sits down with manager Alex Cora, brought to you by our New England Ford dealers. But coming up next, we will head to Fenway and chat with Mike Monaco, who's on the call tonight with Fleming. I'm Christian Arcan. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Regresaron los Pro Días de Ahorros en Lowe's para ahorrar en grande. Miembros de My Lowe's Pro Rewards ahorran $10 en cubetas selectas de 5 galones de Primer HGTV Home de Sherwin-Williams y pintura para techos Valspar Ultra con envío gratis a la obra. Oferta termina el 9/26. Entrega antes de las 8 p.m. Sujeto a disponibilidad de conductores. Aplican más términos. Detalles en Lowe's.com/Same Day Delivery. Programa de lealtad sujeto a términos y condiciones. Detalles en Lowe's.com/Terms. Sujeto a cambios.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Raise the runners! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an Enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcan. Red Sox and the A's opening up this 3-game set from Fenway Park. Connelly Early making his second ever start in the majors and his Fenway Park debut after an electric major league debut last Tuesday in Sacramento. And before we talk to Mike Monaco, first let's pause 10 seconds for station ID here on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
And let's go live now out to Fenway Park where Mike Monaco is on hand. Mike, how are we doing tonight?
Christian, we're doing great. Yeah, we're excited to see what Connelly Early does for an encore. I would agree with your descriptor. It was electric when we were there last week in Sacramento. So let's see what round 2 has in store for him and another look at the A's.
Have you do you have eyes on him right now? Because during the first game, he was just bouncing off the walls. Is that sort of the vibe tonight, too?
You know what? I got my trusty binoculars here, and I do not yet see him in the bullpen. I do see Jason Varitek, prompt as ever. We've known that throughout his career.
Sure.
But no, I do not see Connelly Early yet, but I do imagine that the emotions will probably be even heightened, to say nothing poor about Sacramento. It's a little bit different to pitch there than it is at Fenway Park in a playoff chase.
Certainly, I would agree with that. Early also was just so good. What did he do so well in that game in his debut? And do you think that the A's, with the benefit now of having seen him one time, are they going to be able to make adjustments to it?
Yeah, well, I think that's the big question going in, right? And it would be that way for anyone at any level, pitching against the same team twice in 2 weeks, in basically, an 8-day span. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes for him, but everything was impressive. I thought the way he worked out of trouble in the 4th and the 5th innings was particularly impressive. When traffic got aboard, he still was able to throw strikes. He was then able to expand. I thought his curveball looked very good. And the fastball was really impressive. And again, like I said this before his start last week, I had seen, him in college. And to think of what he was then, especially early in his college career, to the guy that in short order, just a couple of years after getting drafted, has become now, the velocity, it's so impressive. It's a real testament to him, the work that he's done getting better. The Red Sox front office for identifying him in the draft process, for the pitching group and the player development system. I mean, it really is a cool story, and that's what you need. Like, you need a bevy of arms, especially with the injuries the Red Sox have endured pitching-wise, namely with their starting pitching. You need guys like this, but no, to think that anyone saw 11 strikeouts coming last week in the debut, I think they'd be lying to you.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm always struck whenever I hear him talk. We just had him in the 2-minute grill a minute ago, and he doesn't, like, when you see him, he doesn't seem like a guy who's very measured and calm and thoughtful and all that. Like, I expected him to sound more like Jonathan Papelbon. No offense to him, but you know what I mean? Like, I was just expecting this excitable kid, and instead he seemed very sort of chill about everything.
Yeah, and I remember talking to him at the College World Series when he was at the University of Virginia a couple years ago. And yeah, he was very measured, and it wasn't some like overly gregarious personality. But I do remember hearing from him, his head coach at the time there, and some of his teammates that, like, he was a fun personality, and it does sound like that's the case. Peyton Tolley's made some comments about that as well. So I think by all accounts, like, good, hardworking young player who's, super prepared. You heard him talking with Bradfo about that, about the level of prep work coming up through the minors that he would do on opposing lineups that he was going to face. And I think you've seen that carry over right now. And you know what, Christian? I have breaking news. As we say this, He just stepped out of the first base dugout. He's got his coat in hand. He's got the camera from Nesson following him. And he's just walking normally out to the bullpen here for the first time pitching here. A blank stare on his face, kind of looking out at the bleachers, taking it all in.
It's a little nice leisurely walk in the park. The rotation. With the day off, the rotation has now been adjusted a little bit. Can you tell us about what that's going to mean for these upcoming series and who's going to be pitching when?
Yeah, so, I mean, we know how far it's going to go for this series. It's Giolito tomorrow. It's Bayo on Thursday. There's nothing formally announced at Tampa beyond the fact that Alex Cora said pregame that it's going to be Crochet on Friday. And then, yeah, we'll see what Saturday looks like. Tolley and Harrison can be available out of the bullpen in this series. And it sounds like tomorrow's probably the cutoff for if they're used, if they're not used by tomorrow, then you can start factoring in, all right, what does it look like for Saturday? But, like, if they were to get used on Thursday here, obviously that significantly changes things for Saturday. But, how this game and tomorrow, how they go, really does have a ripple effect on then what it's going to look like over the weekend beyond Crochet.
Romy Gonzalez has been just magnificent lately in this 14-game hit streak that he's on here. Is he an everyday player at this? I know there's only 12 games left, and then, God willing, the postseason. But is he an everyday player at this point?
I mean, yeah, he's performing. He's playing through some discomfort as well. Alex Cora has talked about that, how Romy Gonzalez has learned to post, as Alex Cora loves to say. But, yeah, I mean, so many of the starts have come at first base. It's like 2/3 of the starts have come at first. Made a ton of starts at second as well. And, yeah, you can kind of see how it looks for slotting him in. Sogard gives you the ability to come in on a day like today, being a switch hitter, play second base against a left-handed starter like Spring, so you can have Romy at first. And then, yeah, I think it works pretty well having Romy at second with Lowe at first when you're going up against righties because, yeah, why wouldn't you want that bat in the lineup right now?
There's certainly no reason. He has been tremendous. And speaking of a boost that could be tremendous for this team, I know Alex Cora was speaking about Wilyer Abreu today. Do we have an update there?
Yeah, it's, we thought that this series would be when Abreu would be available. We knew it wasn't going to be against the Yankees. Abreu hit yesterday, was a little bit sore. Not so much tightness, just some soreness. It sounds like there was a heavier workload for Abreu working out on Sunday. So maybe yesterday didn't feel great, but Cora said today that Abreu walked in and felt better. So day-to-day is a fair description. Now that we got football going, we love any day-to-day probable, questionable moniker that we can find in all sports. But, hopefully it's sooner rather than later. And hopefully it is this series because, man, that would mean a lot to this offense.
Oh, it certainly would. Mike Monaco, great stuff as always. We look forward to the call of the game tonight. Thanks.
Christian, thanks, man.
All right, that is Mike Monaco. He'll be on the call tonight with Will Fleming as the Red Sox and the A's open up this 3-game set. And speaking of Will Fleming, he'll be coming up next here talking with Alex Cora, the manager of the Red Sox, brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. That's coming up next here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's with exclusive deals on the products pros need. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members save $10 on select 5-gallon pails of HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Primer and Valspar Ultra Ceiling Paint. Plus, get it delivered to your job site for free. Don't miss Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. Offer ends 9/26. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
A Mochi moment from Sadie, who writes, I'm not crying, you're crying. This is what I said during my first appointment with my physician at Mochi, because I didn't have to convince him I needed a GLP-1. He understood, and I felt supported, not judged. I came for the weight loss and stayed for the empathy. Thanks, Sadie. I'm Myra Ahmed, founder of Mochi Health. To find your Mochi moment, visit joinmochi.com.
Sadie is a Mochi member compensated for her story.
What does the future hold for business? Ask 9 experts and you'll get 10 answers. It's a bull market. It's a bear market. Rates will rise or fall. Inflation's up or down. Can someone invent a crystal ball? Until then, over 42,000 businesses have future-proofed their business with NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud ERP, bringing accounting, finance management, inventory, and HR into one fluid platform. With one unified business management suite, there's one source of truth, giving you the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. With real-time insights and forecasting, you're peering into the future with actionable data. When you're closing the books in days, not weeks, you're spending less time looking backwards and more time on what's next. Whether your company is earning millions or even hundreds of millions, NetSuite helps you respond to immediate challenges and seize your biggest opportunities. Download the CFO's Guide to AI and Machine Learning for free at netsuite.com/special. That's netsuite.com/special. netsuite.com/special.
Heather is a nurse practitioner from United Healthcare.
We meet patients wherever they live.
During a house call, she found Jack had an issue.
Jack's blood pressure was dangerously high.
It was 217 over 110.
So they got Jack to the hospital and got him the help he needed.
He had had a stent placed in his heart, preventing a massive heart attack.
If it wasn't for my guardian angel, I wouldn't be here.
Hear more stories like Jack's at unitedhealthcare.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan, area, limitation, and exclusions apply.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Power up fall projects with Ego at Lowe's. Every tool delivers power beyond belief. So whether it's leaves, limbs, or lawn cleanup, count on Ego to deliver the power, performance, and innovation you need. And now for a limited time, save up to $60 on select blowers, chainsaws, and pole saws. Shop Ego today at Lowe's. Offers valid through 10/1 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Once upon a mundane morning, Barb's day got busy without warning. A realtor in need of an open house sign. No, 50 of them, and designed before 9.
My head hurts.
Any mighty tools to help with this plight?
Aha!
Barb made her move. She opened Canva and got in the groove.
Bulk creating Canva sheets. Create 50 signs fit for suburban streets.
Done in a click, all complete.
Sweet!
Now, imagine what your dreams can become when you put imagination to work at canva.com.
You're tuned into Auto Intelligence, live from Auto Trader, where data, tools, and your preferences sync to make your car shopping smooth.
They're searching inventory.
Oh, yeah.
They find what you need.
They're gonna find it.
You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. Pricing's precise and true.
So true.
It's smarter car shopping.
Ooh.
Just for you.
Oh, it's just for you. Find your next ride at autotrader.com. Powered by Auto Intelligence.
A summer day is the most righteous time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
This is Alex Cora. You are listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Welcome back to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcan. Red Sox and the A's opening up a 3-game set here after the day off yesterday, as the Red Sox will get their second look, and Red Sox fans also getting their second look at Connelly Early for the Fenway faithful, their first look at him as he makes his Fenway debut here tonight. You can watch Red Sox pregame on Twitch. Just follow WEEI. It's brought to you by Subaru. The Subaru of New England all-wheel drive-away event is going on right now. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Before every game, we interview Red Sox manager Alex Cora, and Alex Cora on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers and the New England Edition F-150, the official truck of the Boston Red Sox. Here with Alex Cora is the voice of the Boston Red Sox, Will Fleming.
Once again, the Athletics and the Red Sox, game 1. Crazy. 6 home games remain. Before we get into the A's, a familiar opponent, the manager Alex Cora. A big one on Sunday night. You have downplayed the importance of each of these. They all matter, but that felt different. You had your ace on the mound, and I know you had to be very happy with the way he and your whole team responded.
Yeah, we played well. I thought we played well Saturday and Sunday. Friday, okay, but we put pressure on them on Saturday. Just didn't work out right, and then on Sunday, I think Garrett set the tone in the first inning. JD, brought some energy to the building, and from there we just took off, and it was fun to watch.
Jaron's been so good for you in different roles, and when you moved him down to 3 when Roman was healthy, and here he took off there too. But there is something about him, isn't there, Alex? Early in these big games, he can really set a tone that your group follows.
Yeah, and we're looking forward for the next few days, against righties for him to do that. He's a game changer. He puts pressure on the opposition on the base pass. He can drive the ball out of the ballpark. So hopefully we can accomplish that.
And meanwhile, it's amazing to me how often we end up talking about this guy. But I think that Romy Gonzalez is one of your unheralded MVPs this year. He has had so many big moments, so many big hits, and no matter what you ask him to do, he shines. He's in there again as the leadoff man. Can you talk about the season he's had?
Yeah, offensively, a very mature at bat. He's using the whole field. When you have that, I call it block the ball to right field, and like he does, you're going to be in a good spot. You can let the ball get deep and hit it hard. He prepares. He has learned over the years, that we need to post, to perform. And defensively, he's been a lot better this year at first and at second than last year, and very happy for him.
Signs of maybe a turn for Massa, too. There's been, over the last few days, some more loud contact. Springs is on the mound, so it's a different story tonight. But overall, have you been pleased with what you see from him?
Yeah, I'm more aggressive early in counts. That's something me and Pete and the group, we were talking about it. Like, he's been 0-1, 0-2 a lot the last month, and, people watch, they follow the team, right, the scouts, and, getting them out of the zone is a good way to put good at-bats, and he was very aggressive on Sunday and hit the ball hard.
Home stretch here. You're in a really good spot. 12 games to go, including tonight. You've had these off days, and you'll get more in the next little bit. Does that allow you to keep the bullpen fresh and really push with them until you can clinch a postseason spot?
Yeah, just keep going, and try to win the game in hand. That's the most important thing, right? And the guys understand that there's 2 weeks left, and they have to be prepared, right? We will be as aggressive as the game let us be, right? Understanding that there's more games coming up, especially in this stretch, right? We got 6 in a row. And, but they did an outstanding job against New York with when 1+, and then he came in on Sunday, did an outstanding job. Chappie bounced back. Matsy did a good job. So I think bullpen-wise, I saw the numbers today, right? In ERA, right? We're number 1 in the American League. Night and day compared to last year, right? And that's one of the reasons we're in this position.
We've all lived all these baseball seasons, and yet I'm always sort of surprised by this, Alex. You get into this real home stretch. Like, the Yankees are their own thing. But I walked into the ballpark today and felt, all right, like, this is like that last sprint run where every game, every minute is so pressurized. Do you feel anything different as we get closer to the end?
Yeah, I gotta be honest, yes. And obviously you look around what's going on, and I think we've done a pretty good job blocking all that stuff, blocking all that noise, just take care of you and then see where you're at, and hopefully the guys keep doing that.
It is, though, pretty nice, I would imagine, on a Monday night to have a nice dinner and make up ground. That's something that has not been able to happen lately. I mean, the teams behind you just keep on winning, but lately, and it's bound to happen, seems like finally things are leveling out just a little bit with the teams chasing you.
Just keep winning. That's the key. Just keep winning, understanding that, Texas is playing Houston, and Houston is going to play Seattle. Yep. So somehow, some way, you can gain ground and not lose ground, right? And I think the most important thing here is take care of business. We did a good job with them in Sacramento, beat them 2 out of 3. Come here, win the series, and move on. And we know what we got on the road, so we just got to be ready. But I think the most important game of the season is tonight.
And speaking of these A's, you learned a lot about them. We knew that they were sort of top-heavy. Some young players, particularly Kurtz, the veteran Rooker. They're sort of like the Diamondbacks in that way, aren't they, Alex? Where you got to be really careful with their top guys.
They've been really good offensively the last 2 months of the season. They hit the ball hard, hit the ball in the air, and they hit homers. So we just got to be ready. Keep the ball in the yard, throw to the right bases, and if we do that, we're going to be okay.
How about Connelly? I mean, it was so impressive. He was so locked in his debut. Is it different for him seeing the same team again here? Does he have to make adjustments, or do you just want him to be himself?
Just be yourself. Obviously, his first one at Fenway, right? So he's going to be excited. But, we trust the kid. He was really good in Sacramento. We expect him to be good here at Fenway.
You always talk about telling young guys to absorb it, take it in. Will that happen again? Like, will you say to Connelly, hey, man, this one here is going to feel a little different than at whatever it's called, Sutter Health Park. Look around Fenway and let it hit you?
He'll be okay. He's been around here. He was part of the rivalry already, so he saw what Fenway is all about, and I know he's ready for tonight.
We appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Will.
That was Alex Cora with our own Will Fleming. Still to come here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. We got our look around the Subaru scoreboard. We got our lock of the game, and we have our question of the day. All of that coming up next here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members save even more with limited-time doorbuster deals. Save $5 on 24-count Contractor's Choice 42-gallon trash bags, now just $14.78. Plus, get your choice select DeWalt Elite Series saw blades for $9.98. Not a Pro Rewards member? Join for free today at Lowe's. Valid through 9/17. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
So, I made the new Eggo protein waffles the other day for my kids, and they couldn't believe how good they tasted, or that they were packed with protein. They have the same great Eggo taste we all know and love, plus 20% of your daily protein. They seriously taste amazing. Whether it's part of your breakfast before school or a quick bite before practice, new Eggo protein waffles and pancakes are an easy way to keep everyone happy. Head to your local grocery store to fuel your morning with Eggo protein waffles and pancakes, available at retailers nationwide.
Whenever I need to send roses that are guaranteed to make someone's day, the only place I trust is 1-800-Flowers.com. With 1-800-Flowers, my friends and family always receive stunning, high-quality bouquets that they absolutely love. Right now, when you buy a dozen multicolored roses, 1-800-Flowers will double your bouquet to 2 dozen roses. To claim this special double roses offer, go to 1-800-Flowers.com/listen. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/listen.
This Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th, you can get a great deal on a new foot spa, transforming you into the queen of kicking it.
Wait, this has bubble jets. Okay.
Get up to 40% off with Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures, until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Oh, hey, love your shoes. If you're hearing this, this is your sign to try those on. Trust us, you can totally pull them off. In fact, try on every shoe here if you want. We won't stop you. In our house, you've got unlimited freedom to play. And hey, fall is the perfect season to do, wear, be whatever you want. And with tons of shoes that get you at prices that get your budget, we'll give you something to brag about. So go ahead, try them on. Let us surprise you.
Regresaron los Pro Días de Ahorros en Lowe's para ahorrar en grande. Miembros de My Lowe's Pro Rewards ahorran $10 en cubetas selectas de 5 galones de primer HGTV Home de Sherwin-Williams y pintura para techos Valspar Ultra con envío gratis a la obra. Oferta termina el 9/26. Entrega antes de las 8 p.m. Sujeto a disponibilidad de conductores. Aplican más términos. Detalles en Lowe's.com/Same Day Delivery. Programa de lealtad sujeto a términos y condiciones. Detalles en Lowe's.com/Terms. Sujeto a cambios.
Raise the runners! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Will you be okay for the show Saturday?
Yep, look. ZocDoc has a ton of in-network doctors who can see me this week.
This week?
Reviews say Dr. Okami has a great bedside manner. Or Dr. Stafford. Patients say he never rushes appointments and has an opening today.
You should rush to his office.
And booked.
Now I need ZocDoc to find an ear doctor.
You've got options. Book on ZocDoc today.
Red Sox Review after the game on 93.7 WEEI.
Welcome back. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcan. Red Sox and the A's. Only 12 games left in the regular season here for your Boston Red Sox. Really coming down the stretch. And before we do anything else here, let's take a look around the MLB scoreboard with a Subaru scoreboard update. The Subaru of New England all-wheel drive away event is going on right now. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. One final to tell you about already today. That was the matinee game of a day-night doubleheader between the Braves and the Nationals. Matt Olson homered for Atlanta. That's home runs in 4 straight games for him as the Braves take the day game 6-3 your final score. That is also the Braves and the Nationals. The only game in progress right now. However, it's in a rain delay. They just got started in D.C. I don't even think they've thrown a pitch yet as Braves and Nats rain delay in the top of the first in the second game of that doubleheader. Busy night in the majors. We'll start in Pittsburgh, where the Cubs are visiting the Pirates. Paul Skeens on the mound for the Bucks. The Detroit Tigers are hosting the red-hot Cleveland Guardians. Joey Cantillo and Casey Mize, your starters there. They're going to get underway in just about 15 minutes. Cleveland's won 4 in a row and 9 out of their last 10. They're currently 3 games out of that last wild card, but charging hard at it right now. 7:10 start time at Citi Field for the Mets and the Padres. Clay Holmes and Michael King, your starters there. The Toronto Blue Jays, who have not been giving anybody a break, they've won 5 in a row, looking to make it 6 as they're in Tampa tonight. Jose Barrios and Ryan Pepio, your starters there. A 7:35 start time. Yankees not really able to make up any ground on them at all and actually lost a couple of games here over the last 2 games that they've played. The Brewers hosting the Angels. That's a 7:40 start time. The White Sox and Orioles will get underway in Chicago at 7:40. The Yankees in Minnesota, who slapped them around a little last night to the tune of a 7-0 shutout. New York will turn to Cam Schlittler tonight. He'll be going against Zebby Matthews for the Twinkies. That's a 7:40 first pitch out there at Target Field. The Royals hosting the Mariners, who are the hottest team in all the land. They've won 9 in a row, and they have now jumped over the Houston Astros in that American League West. They're up by a half a game, and they will get underway in Kansas City tonight at 7:40, looking for their 10th straight win. Logan Gilbert on the mound opposite Michael Wacha. The Cardinals getting a visit from the Reds at 7:45 tonight. The aforementioned Astros at 8:10 will take on the Texas Rangers, who have lost 2 in a row, but prior to that, they were the hottest team in baseball. Merrill Kelly going for Texas. He'll go against A.J. Blubaugh for Houston. An 8:40 start time in Denver for the Rockies and the Marlins. 9:40 start time out in the desert as the Giants visit the D-backs, and the Dodgers will host the Phillies at 10:10. Christopher Sanchez getting the start going opposite Shohei Ohtani. Time now for the lock of the game, presented by Interlock Metal Roofing. Never re-roof again. Visit them online at newenglandmetalroofing.com. Now, Joe Braverman, as you know, the hot streak has been ongoing here despite the day off. I don't think that's going to cool me off at all because I really like the over tonight. And I like it because Jeffrey Springs has not been good lately, has been giving up tons of home runs. I think the Red Sox play some long ball tonight. Romey's on fire. Ref Snyder's batting cleanup. You got some bats down in the lineup with Duran batting 8th. I just think this is going to be a good game offensively for the Red Sox, and I hope Early can recreate what he did a week ago. If he can't, that'll, I guess, help my over pick a little bit. But even without that, I think the Red Sox could maybe clear this one themselves, as it is 8.5 over-under. And if Springs goes out there and looks like he did last week, I think the Red Sox could get close to it again. And once again, now it's time for the New England Chevy Dealers Question of the Day. Together We Drive. Listen in for that during the broadcast today. And you can go on Twitter right now and check it out at Sox Booth on Twitter. Here's your question. Out of their last 12 games, how many more wins do you think that the Red Sox need to feel secure about their playoff position? We'll have Will Fleming and Mike Monaco discussing the results during tonight's broadcast. Your options are 5, 6, 7, 8, or more. And right now, 7 is in the lead with 45% of the vote. I voted 6. I'd feel okay with them going 500 just in terms of making the playoffs. I wouldn't feel great about them only going 500 throughout that time, but I understand why people are leaning to the heavy side. 7 or more, that's gotten about 70% of the vote, and I'm not surprised. I just rattled off a bunch of teams in the American League who aren't losing many games right now, like Texas, like Cleveland, and certainly like Seattle. These are teams that the Red Sox are right there in direct competition with, so it stands to reason that people would be saying, yeah, win as many games as you can because these other teams are charging hard at that wild card and beyond it. And that's all the time we have here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Don't go anywhere. First pitch coming your way next, right here on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
So I made the new Eggo protein waffles the other day for my kids, and they couldn't believe how good they tasted, or that they were packed with protein. They have the same great Eggo taste we all know and love, plus 20% of your daily protein. They seriously taste amazing. Whether it's part of your breakfast before school or a quick bite before practice, new Eggo protein waffles and pancakes are an easy way to keep everyone happy. Head to your local grocery store to fuel your morning with Eggo protein waffles and pancakes, available at retailers nationwide.
This Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th, you can get a great deal on a new foot spa, transforming you into the queen of kicking it.
Wait, this has bubble jets. Okay.
Get up to 40% off with Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So, what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
I've never felt like this before. It's like you just get me. I feel like my true self with you. Does that sound crazy? And it doesn't hurt that you're gorgeous. Okay, that's it. I'm taking you home with me. I mean, you can't find shoes this good just anywhere. Find a shoe for every you, from brands you love, like Birkenstock, Nike, Adidas, and more at your DSW store or DSW.com.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. Lowe's Pro Rewards members save even more with limited-time doorbuster deals. Save $5 on 24-count Contractor's Choice 42-gallon trash bags, now just $14.78. Plus, get your choice select DeWalt Elite Series saw blades for $9.98. Not a Pro Rewards member? Join for free today at Lowe's. Valid through 9/17. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowes.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Will you be okay for the show Saturday?
Yep, look. ZocDoc has a ton of in-network doctors who can see me this week.
This week?
Reviews say Dr. Okami has a great bedside manner. Or Dr. Stafford. Patients say he never rushes appointments and has an opening today.
You should rush to his office.
And booked.
Now I need ZocDoc to find an ear doctor.
You've got options. Book on ZocDoc today.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. This is Red Sox baseball.
Can you believe it?
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And the left field, adios!
Sale winds, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over.
And the Red Sox win.
Jump on his back, fellas, the Red Sox win.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Subaru of New England. There's a lot to love about Subaru. SubaruofNewEngland.com.
And Hideo Nomo has pitched a no-hitter.
Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. Nissan, sun's out, deals up at the Nissan end of summer sales event.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Drains by James, Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining. Arbella, here for good.
Red Sox win again!
Buy cars for kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Ford Trucks, official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Strike three, a no-hitter. 23-year-old Clay Buchholz has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Duran will score.
Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. cclco.com.
Way back! Grand slam!
Citgo. Club Citgo can save you money every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. C&S Wholesale Grocers.
It's gone! Into the bullpen.
Brought to you by FindMassMoney.gov. The Department of Veteran Affairs. Hackman Wealth Partners. Boston's premier retirement planning specialist.
Just yelled. They're attacking A-Rod or having words, and now they're in a fight.
Herb Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Battle won by House.
McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil delivery, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. Northern Bank, your partner for growth.
Here's the throw. Roberts dives, and he is safe.
And by Verizon Wireless, the network Boston relies on. New England Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Roman reigns supreme.
Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Mike Monaco.
With more than a hint of fall in the air, the Red Sox carry on with their postseason aspirations very much in living color, where tonight they begin, crazily enough, their second-to-last home series of the 2025 season. The Red Sox winners on Sunday over the New York Yankees, sat back, had an off day, and gained ground on the Yankees, on the Rangers, and on just about everybody chasing them in the wild card race. The Sox come into play today in a great spot. They're 14 games over 500, and we'll get into all the ramifications, the standings, and yes, indeed, a little magic number talk when we come back with you. But first, the national anthem, which is brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com. Tonight, the Red Sox see Connelly Early on the mound for his second Major League start. Now, our Star-Spangled Banner.
As we honor our employees of the season, we would like to take a moment to remember the members of our Red Sox and Aramark families whom we lost this past year.
Shots of Tom Joyce, Fenway Park event operations. Bob Bandera, also in the ops department. A moving ceremony here at Fenway Park. Phil Derrick, fan services. Lawrence Manning, security guard, died at the age of 75 this year as the Red Sox line the first base line and the A's the third base side.
Thank you. And now, here to perform the national anthem is a recent graduate of the Berklee College of Music. From Buenos Aires, Argentina, please welcome Kat Lopez.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets reckless, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Kat Lopez, all the way from Buenos Aires. And I can say definitively, as we wind down this regular season, we go everywhere. We hear them all, and the Red Sox have far and away the best national anthems in all of Major League Baseball. And Cat joins that great list here tonight. Along with Mike Monaco, Will Fleming, the Red Sox play the opener of a 3-game series with the sort of without a home Sacramento Athletics. First of 3. It's a rematch from a game last week in Sacramento. Connelly Early, who won his Major League debut with 11 strikeouts, sees Jeffrey Springs, the man who spent the 2020 season here with the Red Sox. Boston has owned Springs, and Early was a joy to watch in his debut. Mike, it feels a little different here. Just overall, the air is cooling a little bit. It is playoff time in every way. Yesterday was one of those rare days after a win for the Red Sox to just sit back and watch. Check in on the scoreboard, and the Yankees lose, the Rangers lose in Houston, the Astros lose Yordan Alvarez for the foreseeable future. And so now the Red Sox come into play today. The real home stretch, 12 games remaining. And they are in a prime position, not just to make the playoffs, but to really position themselves to maybe host a wild card series. So a lot on the line here beginning tonight.
A chill in the air. It does feel like October, and that's right around the corner. And yeah, I know Alex Cora was hesitant to talk about it over the weekend and wants to handle the business right in front of this team at first, but it's easy to start thinking about it, and you are scoreboard watching, and we have been for a while. We did it last week on the road in Sacramento. A very convenient day yesterday. Luke Weaver gets roughed up in a major way for the Yankees. The Twins capitalize against him after a Carlos Rodon start, and now the Red Sox get 3 against these A's again, who, again, the Red Sox just saw, as you laid out, they took 2 out of 3. Felt like they had a chance to really sweep that series. Couldn't get it done in the finale there on Wednesday out in Sacramento. And you get another crack at them. And, yeah, you're starting to think about the magic number. We were having that conversation down on the field pregame because it is that time. You're comparing schedules and everything that goes into it as well.
It's really fun. I mean, tonight the Red Sox begin play. And we won't harp on this too much till it gets much closer. But it's 9. If the Red Sox and Rangers combined for 9 wins and losses, the Sox are in. So that's how close Boston is getting to clinching a playoff berth. Connelly Early, the baby-faced left-hander who does not look the part, but sure acts it on the mound, is warming up in the Red Sox bullpen. Wearing that number 71, he is soon to take the field and the mound here at Fenway Park. It'll be a different experience, obviously, for him, Mike. I mean, he was fantastic in a AAA ballpark. This will be a wholly different experience for the left-hander out of Virginia.
How can it not be, right? And I think it's good in a way, and the Red Sox have done this going back a number of years, even thinking back to Xander Bogaerts. I think there is a benefit to making your Major League debut on the road, and on the West Coast in that case. You don't hope for it to be in a 10,000-seat ballpark, but now you get to come home. You have an 11-strikeout outing in your belt already, and now you get to pitch at Fenway Park against a team you saw, and that'll be interesting to see what adjustments are made from the A's against him. And look, Connelly Early, we've come to learn in short order, is super prepared, so he's going to be ready with some tweaks, no doubt, in his expectations for the lineup he goes up against.
He's wearing that number 21 patch for Roberto Clemente Day here. Sox players can choose to wear number 21 on their backs. We'll see who makes that choice here today. He gets high fives from the bullpen, does Early, and one thing you love to see is the young man is got his head on his swivel. He's taking it all in with Carlos Narvaez behind him. This is a kid who brought his own notes to the pitchers and hitters meetings his first time, and I think he's going to bask in everything tonight.
I watched him walk out, and they had a camera on him, and seeing his eyes go up to the video board and the bleachers, pretty cool. Like, imagine how many times he's dreamt of a walk like that. And again, no disrespect to Sacramento, but this is more the night you envisioned with the Red Sox home whites across your chest, pitching in a big league ballpark with an upper deck and the big light stanchions and everything that goes into it, and the monster over his right shoulder when he's on the mound.
And I think all the people listening to our voices tonight, at least most of them, can understand that this is a place unlike any other. And when you walk out to this expanse for the first time, whether you're a fan, a kid, whomever, it's a goosebumps experience, and to imagine standing in the middle of it on the mound is just really neat for Connelly Early. Here tonight, Alex Cora and Jose David Flores are both wearing Roberto Clemente's number 21. They will watch Early and Narvaez lead the Red Sox onto the diamond in just a moment. By the way, that national anthem brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com. You'll find stable, sustaining, skilled trades careers helping bring the next generation of U.S. Navy submarines to life. We build giants because it takes one to build one. The Speed Report brought to you by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today to check out the latest deals. Jeffrey Springs does not throw hard anymore, and that's why the Red Sox have absolutely owned him. Both Romy and Refsnyder, who were in the lineup tonight, homered off of him 6 days ago in Sacramento. Red Sox end the A's, and here now with our starting lineups and so much more. Here's Mike Monaco.
So much more, I promise you that. The Morgan & Morgan starting lineups brought to you by America's largest injury law firm. So let's meet tonight's players. First, for the visiting A's, under the leadership of Mark Kotsay, Shea Langoliers leads off and does the catching. He's been on a home run binge all season. All-star shortstop Jacob Wilson has been in the hunt for the American League batting crown. He bats second. Rookie of the Year favorite Nick Kurtz bats third and mans first. Brent Rooker, a one-time All-Star, is the cleanup hitter and the DH for the A's. Colby Thomas roams in right and bats fifth. Darrell Hernandez bats sixth and plays second. Third baseman Brett Harris is in the seventh spot. Athletic center fielder Lawrence Butler is a left-hand hitter in the eighth spot. And the left fielder Max Schumann bats ninth for the A's, who will send Jeffrey Springs to the mound. Springs has had good stretches this year, but the Red Sox, as Will told you, roughed him up exactly 1 week ago out in Sacramento. Connelly Early has taken the mound. He's dusting off the white rubber with his star-spangled banner-clad cleats, and he's about ready to go to work. So let's get you the Red Sox lineup that will look to give Early a bunch of support tonight. Romy Gonzalez is red hot. He leads off and plays first. Alex Bregman bats second at third base. Shortstop Trevor Story's in the three spot. Rob Refsnyder DHs and bats cleanup. Carlos Narvaez is the catcher in the five spot. Right fielder Nate Eaton bats sixth. Switch hitting Nick Sogard is at second in the seventh spot. Jaron Duran, for the first time in about a year and a half, is down in the eighth spot in the lineup. He starts in left field, and center fielder Cedar Rafaela bats ninth, trying to get on track offensively for the Red Sox. Those are your Morgan & Morgan starting lineups, brought to you by America's largest injury law firm. Connelly Early is going through his warm-up tosses. Will told you he was great 1 week ago in Sacramento in his major league debut. 5 innings of shutout ball, 11 strikeouts, just one walk on 90 pitches, and Early averaged 94 miles an hour with his fastball. That's tonight's Speed Report, powered by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today to check out the latest deals. Beautiful sky at Fenway Park, and Connelly Early rubs up the baseball, dusts off the cleats at the back of the mound, and he's ready to go for the first time at Fenway Park. Set the face Shea Langoliers in the right-hand box, and to the microphone for the play-by-play, here's the voice of the Red Sox, Will Fleming.
It is, as always, great to be with you, Mike. Early, looking a little bit ready to rock here on the mound at Fenway Park. The lefty winds in his first pitch at home, is swung on and missed. Fastball 94. What a cool moment for him. He looks to the sky, and it's 0-1. He did a lot of this in that start in Sacramento. He looks so composed. 0-1. The pitch is ripped on the ground, past the dive, off the glove of Bregman and into left field. And that is a leadoff base hit for Shea Langoliers. Early, fabulous in his big league debut, struck out 11 and really blew the A's away in the first inning. But loud contact for Langoliers, and here comes Jacob Wilson, as Mike told you, very much designing the American League batting crown. .318 with 13 homers and 59 driven in. This top of the order can be really dangerous. Here's the pitch to the right-handed hitter, way outside with a slider. I mean, it is so often talked about with Connelly Early that he started his college career at West Point, but he's pretty open about it, talking about the mental fortitude that really fostered in him. 1-0 to Wilson, leadoff man aboard. The pitch is right there, strike on the outside corner. Mark Ripperger is the home plate umpire. Jacob Metz is at first base, but you can tell that this kid, who makes his own bed every morning and really prides himself on focus and determination, he brings that to the mound. 1-1. He is way outside. He comes from a major military family. Dad, grandfathers, uncles, all served.
Brother went to Air Force, so no surprise that Connelly Early began his college time at West Point indeed.
2-1. The lefty out of the stretch throws, and a foul on the first base side. And yet, I did just notice that he warms up to Call on Me, that almost like techno song from Eric Pride. So a little personal growth. He's not as square as the college background might reflect.
He was talking with Bradfo about, being in uniform every morning for formations.
2-2 is a line drive into left center field. On comes Cedon, and he's there, gliding in to make the play. An off-balance throw behind Langoliers at first. That'll settle Connelly down. What a delight he is to watch. That is not a routine play at all, but Cedon grinning ear to ear, chomping on gum, made it look so, and there's one away.
Yeah, Cedon's looking up at the video board in center, braces, and that ear-to-ear grin you mentioned. Long way to go. It is so fun to watch him, and the more you see him in center, the more you just enjoy that. That's the spot for him defensively.
I love that he's smiling the way that he is. Usually it's a little Raffy-like. It means good things are coming. Here's Nick Kurtz, a terrifying hitter, and he swings and fouls it off his sinker on the inside corner. It's 0-1.
Kurtz is just a hulking figure in the left-hand box. 32 home runs. How about his grand slam on Sunday? 493 feet.
Certainly looks the part. 0-1. Early at the belt. Long set, he throws, and Kurtz takes a little bit outside, a slider. 493. I mean, that's Stantonian. He's going to win the Rookie of the Year in the American League. There is zero doubt about that. Roman Anthony, unfortunately, in the red sweatshirt in the first base side. Out for the foreseeable future. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. Good curveball. Kurtz loses his helmet. And it's 1-2. I almost said of Anthony's in his red hooded sweatshirt, but I couldn't be Adam Sandler. At least not yet. No score. Runner at first with one down. Red Sox and the A's. It is just spectacular here tonight at Fenway Park. Still some light blues, but streaks of pink on the horizon. Beyond the monster, Sitco sign is illuminated. 1-2. Early throws and a breaking ball right there on the corner. Beautiful curve. And he just punches out Kurtz, who was his first major league strikeout, and now Connelly gets him again, 2 away.
That's the pitch I really liked last Tuesday. I mean, yes, the fastball set everything up, but we saw a very diverse arsenal from Connelly Early, and I thought the curveball was very effective. 3 of his 11 Ks came on the curve.
He got Kurtz to end the first inning, then struck out the side in order in the second. Here now, Brent Rooker. The pitch is swung on and missed. Rooker offered a bounty on Aroldis Chapman when we were in Sacramento. He told the A's players, many of whom are young in their careers, that whomever broke the hitless streak would get $500 cash from Rooker. 0-1. Here's the pitch. And it is outside a changeup. And it's 1-1. That was the night that Chapman not only gave up his first hit, but his first run. It was Lawrence Butler to walk it off in that 9th inning, but he did not collect the 500, and he was apparently a little upset about that. 1-1 to Rooker. Here's a ground ball to short. Story to his left, flips underhand to the covering Sogard, and that will do it. By the way, we got started at 6:46 p.m. 71 degrees, time and temp, brought to you by Hatfield. Better care, better pork. No score after half an inning. Sox trying to support Connelly Early after this on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members save even more with limited-time doorbuster deals. Save $5 on 24-count Contractor's Choice 42-gallon trash bags, now just $14.78. Plus, get your choice select DeWalt Elite Series saw blades for $9.98. Not a Pro Rewards member? Join for free today at Lowe's. Valid through 9/17. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Coverage varies by plan. View contract and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com. Do you own a 2005 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all? With the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering a low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save you thousands off costly vehicle repairs. Get your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage are included. Visit endurancewarranty.com. endurancewarranty.com.
A summer day is the most righteous time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Yeah, I'll let you get back to your food.
So are you just going to watch me eat?
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Hottest hitter in the big leagues, Romy Gonzalez, to lead it off for the Red Sox in the bottom of the first against Jeffrey Springs. Romy's got a 14-game hitting streak, average up to .312. Springs throws. Romy swings and drives one high and deep in a right center field toward the triangle. Butler, the center fielder, is there to make the play. And there's one away. That is an early indication that fall is arriving here at Fenway Park. That ball was smoked, but this time of year, that will die on the track almost every time. So, Romy puts a great swing on it, but he is out number one.
Fastball, 91 miles an hour. I mean, we talked about this last week when the Red Sox faced Springs. It is a gettable arsenal.
Romy smoked a homer off him last time. Here, Bregman with one down. Alex is still very much in search mode. The pitch is down and in, a breaking ball. He is constantly tinkering, Bregman. Average now at .278 with 17 homers and 59 driven in. He does have a 6-game streak, 7 hits in that time, the 1-0. Strike on the inside corner with a sweeper from Springs, who's lost 4 decisions in a row. In his last 6 games, 0-4 with a 6 ERA. Opponents have just slugged like crazy against him. The 1-1 is low to Bregman. And it's 2-1.
Bregman talked about it with Alex Spear. Just his swing hasn't felt great, he said, since he's come back and trying to figure it out mechanically and where he's following through and what it does for pulling the ball or going oppo.
2-1 is popped up on the first base side, back of the bag. Kurtz looks like he has room, and on the warning track, he's there to make the play. Yeah, 2 down. Yeah, he's got that unique, and by now one we all know, that loading mechanism where he kind of cocks his wrist, point the bat toward the pitcher, and then he wants to get it back behind that right ear before he loads and goes. And the syncing of those things just has not been right. He is not happy with himself. And they're 2 down. I mean, if you spend any time around this team, you watch him doing that at all times, trying to just find out the layering of those pieces. Here's Trevor Story, who swings and fouls it off. A sweeper on the inside corner. It's 0-1. I mean, against Springs last time, it got loud in a hurry for the Red Sox. Leadoff homer for Romy, and then a 3-run shot from Refsnyder, who's on deck. The pitch. Trevor swings and misses. Now that changeup was really good, and that's the pitch that made Jeffrey Springs, along with 97 and 98, a really good pitcher at times in Tampa Bay. Arm surgery, not throwing as hard, and it has not been good. Connelly still got the histrionics going in the first base Red Sox dugout, shaking his neck out like a lab that just got out of a lake as the 0-2 is a changeup in the dirt. 1-2 to Trevor Story.
That is an amazing descriptor. I thought histrionics was going to be the best part of that, but the lab imagery is perfect. We had so much fun talking with Rob Refsnyder about Connelly Early and the histrionics after that start last week.
No score, 2 down in the first. Trevor swings and lines one into right center field. That's a base hit. Over the leap of the second baseman Hernandez, and Trevor has the Red Sox first hit Continues the inning for Rob Refsnyder. I guess he's more golden retriever with the blonde locks, but still.
The baby face and the shaggy blonde long hair from Connelly Early. Yeah, he was a joy to watch, and so too is Trevor Story been. I mean, that's just a gettable cutter, top of the zone, ton of the plate from Jeffrey Springs.
Here now, Refsnyder, who's 3 for 8 with 2 homers against this pitcher, including one that went 463. Here Trevor runs the throw to second, not in time. Head first slide, 29 for 29 for Trevor Story. And his marvelous season continues. I mean, second time seeing Springs, you think they got the book on him. That was an auto go, and he read it perfectly.
Immediate and not close, and the company is pretty insane for a guy to go 29 for 29 or better to begin a season. It is a short list of about 5 players.
Some of the all-time great runners. The 1-0 is a little bit outside to Refsnyder. Trey Turner, Vince Coleman, Carl Crawford left a bad taste in Red Sox fans' mouths, but still tremendous base stealer. And Julio Cruz in 1981, 2-0, is outside to Refsnyder. You can understand why Springs is a little gun-shy right here with Carlos Narvaez on deck. Arbella Insurance Foundation dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Sox pitcher, $50 donated. 463 last time. 3-0 is low. Ball 4. He wanted nothing to do with Refsnyder there.
Rob said it was the furthest ball I've hit, and that'll be the furthest ball I'll probably ever hit.
He's so fun to talk to. He's humble. He knows that it can be fleeting success in this game. I mean, it cleared everything, like 4 layers of buildings in Sacramento. Now, a chance for Carlos Narvaez. I mean, this is the benefit if you have feared hitters. In this case, Refsnyder definitely qualifies. You can, even with 2 outs, start thinking about a crooked number. We will be scoreboard watching all night long. They're underway in Detroit. Tigers and Guardians scoreless. Cleveland has really entered the picture. Here's Carlos, and he takes a strike fastball right on the inside corner. And it is 0-1. Carlos got the start last time against Springs and twice lined out sharply. 0-1. 2 on, 2 out to pitch. Swinging a line drive down the right field line. Trouble if fair. It is slicing, and it is foul just in front of the pesky pole. That missed being a home run by just a few feet. A fan in a black T-shirt made the catch. I don't think he reached out over the wall. That was very close. And it's 0-2. Wow.
I mean, Narvaez missed a home run by 5 feet, and then he missed a double that probably scores 2 runs by 3 feet.
It is so hard to land a ball down that line, foul and not in the seats. That one got into the front row. So now with just beautiful streaks of purple and pink in the sky, like a brush went across the Fenway horizon. 0-2 to Carlos. Here it is. Narvaez swings and misses. He strikes out on a fastball, and the inning is over. Red Sox leave a couple. And after 1, no score at Fenway. The Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays are for football. That's why we're here to help you get your next DIY project done, even when the clock isn't on your side. Whether that's a new Filtrete filter or Bosch and Cobalt power tools, Lowe's has everything you need to feel like the MVP of DIY. So get it done and earn your Sunday. Shop now, in-store and online. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
Heather is a nurse practitioner from United Healthcare.
We meet patients wherever they live.
During a house call, she found Jack had an issue.
Jack's blood pressure was dangerously high.
It was 217 over 110.
So they got Jack to the hospital and got him the help he needed.
He had had a stent placed in his heart, preventing a massive heart attack.
If it wasn't for my guardian angel, I wouldn't be here.
Hear more stories like Jack's at UnitedHealthcare.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan, area, limitation, and exclusions apply.
A summer day is the most righteous time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Once upon a dismal day, Bob's ice cream van looked gloomy and gray. Although he had big ambitions, his socials lacked creative vision.
That bad?
Maybe vamp it up a tad?
I have an idea.
Bob launched Canva and got into gear.
Create the video in the vampire theme and make it the funniest SME.
It went viral. Bob's business, a revival. Now, imagine what your dreams can become when you put imagination to work at canva.com.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Connelly Early back on the mound. You just couldn't have a more lovely sunset. I mean, look at the shot on the Fenway Park video board right now. Look, we understand there's some filters and lenses that go into making these shots look maybe a little bit more vivid, but I mean, it is like a volcano erupted in the sky over top of Fenway Park. Glorious. Behind us, and one of those nights you just feel fortunate to be here. Sox and A's. Scoreless after one. Connelly Early against Colby Thomas, right-handed hitter. He throws, and a fastball ripped into left field, a base hit. It is clear these A's, having seen Connelly last week, are ready for the fastball. He jumped on a first pitch heater there, and a leadoff hit for Thomas. This is one of those times where you know that Early is laser focused. But you do just sort of wish he would take a deep breath, walk off the back slope of the mound, and look right above us, because that is where this eruption of flame-colored clouds is taking place, right behind the third base line. Here's Darryl Hernandez, right-handed hitter, and a pitch misses inside. You just wish he could sort of take stock of where things are. All the times that he got up early and lifted weights or went for a run, and mom and dad were slugging him along to all these practices and Legion ball, and God knows all the things he did at West Point. 1-0. The pitch, swing, and a foul. I mean, if there is a better payoff in pro sports, I'm not sure I've seen it. This ballpark, this kind of a night, this kind of a sunset with everything on the line for the Boston Red Sox.
In a playoff chase where you look out at the scoreboard on the monster and you're a game back at the New York Yankees,
who lost last night in Minnesota. The 1-1 is down and in with a changeup to Hernandez, who comes in 246, 2 homers and 12 driven in. Yeah, the Red Sox 83 and 67. I should say 82 and 68. That's the Yankee record. So the Red Sox have just won 1 fewer and lost 1 more. That's simple. 2-1. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. I mean, if we're going to play this game in the opposite direction with teams like the Texas Rangers, the Red Sox are half a game back. Because if they tie the Yankees, they've won the season series, and they would finish ahead of New York. 2-2. Early at the belt, he throws, and a breaking ball in the dirt, a curve that was not close. And it's 3-2. We take 10 seconds for station ID. Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Will Fleming, Mike Monaco. Lovely night at Fenway Park, but a stressful spot here for Connelly Early. 3-2. They got him picked off to Romy. Over to second. They got him. Sogard. They guessed right, and Thomas. A gift to Connelly Early.
That's beautiful. I mean, you think about it all the time with a lefty on the mound, but Early ahead of the 3-2, just timed it up. Thomas was on the move on that first movement from Connelly Early on a 3-2, and perfectly executed by Romy to Sogard at second.
That was an awesome move, by the way. 3-2. Here's the pitch, and it is a comebacker. Connelly's got it. He gloves, runs about 70 feet to first, and then flips underhand for out number 2. I tell you what, there's so much about that sequence that I love. Number one, I'm not saying it's Andy Pettit, but it is a brilliant pickoff move there by Connelly. He lifts the leg, and then it's right on that 45-degree line. So it's really hard for the runner, in that case, Thomas, to pick it up. Now 2 down to Brett Harris, right-handed hitter. A little buzz back at Fenway. Base is clear now for Connelly. Red sleeves down to his wrists. He winds, he throws, and a fastball. Called a strike, actually a slider on the inside corner. But I also love the presence of mind there. I mean, a lot of young guys making their second major league start at this place of all, probably not thinking like that. And now maybe they said so from the dugout, but still the 0-1, swing and a miss. Good changeup, and it's 0-2.
Well, and this is part of what was so impressive beyond just the 11 strikeouts last Tuesday, was that third inning and fourth inning, Early ran into some trouble. And not that there have been the bases loaded like there were in the fourth inning last week here tonight, but leadoff man on in the first, leadoff single here in the second. He's navigated it nicely.
0-2. Connelly into the wind. He throws, and he misses just inside with a curveball. And it's 1-2. The pitchability is another thing that stood out so markedly in his debut. He just spun everything at almost any moment.
And that's what they knew they were getting with him when they drafted Connelly Early out of Virginia. They didn't know the velo would be there.
1-2. Here's the pitch, and it is a little bit low, a changeup. Holy guacamole, Haas avocados are on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Yep, Haas avocados from Mexico, 77 cents each when you use the digital coupon. I'm really unhappy we don't have Joe Castig in the booth. I really need him to say, holy guacamole. 2-2, swing and a miss. He got him. Connelly Early, great changeup in under the hands, and with a great pickoff move, he faces the minimum in the top of the second. No score. Sox and A's. Eaton, Sogard, and Duran coming up after this on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays are for football. That's why we're here to help you get your next DIY project done, even when the clock isn't on your side. Whether that's a new Filtrete filter or Bosch and Cobalt power tools, Lowe's has everything you need to feel like the MVP of DIY. So get it done and earn your Sunday. Shop now, in-store and online. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
Heather is a nurse practitioner from United Healthcare.
We meet patients wherever they live.
During a house call, she found Jack had an issue.
Jack's blood pressure was dangerously high.
It was 217 over 110.
So they got Jack to the hospital and got him the help he needed.
He had had a stent placed in his heart, preventing a massive heart attack.
If it wasn't for my guardian angel, I wouldn't be here.
Hear more stories like Jack's at UnitedHealthcare.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan, area, limitation, and exclusions apply.
Once upon a mundane morning, Barb's day got busy without warning. A realtor in need of an open house sign. No, 50 of them, and designed before 9.
My head hurts.
Any mighty tools to help with this plight?
Aha!
Barb made her move. She opened Canva and got in the groove.
Bulk creating Canva sheets. Create 50 signs fit for suburban streets.
Done in a click, all complete.
Sweet!
Now, imagine what your dreams can become when you put imagination to work at Canva.com.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
First pitch at the bottom of the second, Nate Eaton rips it into left field, and that is a leadoff hit. They are going to get Springs at some point, you figure, here tonight. Herb Chambers' batting order in this inning is Eaton, Sogard, and Duran. Wilyer Abreu was on the field today with that. It's not a heart monitor, but it just monitors every single thing that he does. He ran, he hit. He looked pretty good. He said he hadn't yet heard the final number tally. Craig Breslow did say he felt a little tightness today. Here's Nick Sogard, switch hitter batting right. The pitch to him is a sweeper in there for strike one. Herb Chambers, Lexus of Sharon and Lexus of Hingham. No score, bottom two. Double play depth behind Jeffrey Springs. Eaton has a big lead, and Sogard was fooled there by a changeup. But they say he didn't swing. Checks up. And it is 1-1. He is the seventh batter, brought to us by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. Sogard, 265 with 7 driven in. The 1-1 is ripped on a little looper into shallow center field. This has eyes, and it's down for a hit. Beautiful. Off the end of the bat for Sogard, the Sacramento kid. And he's got a little bloop hit, and the Red Sox in business here in the second inning.
Not all too dissimilar from one of his hits he had back home in Sacramento. Does a really nice job just getting the end of the bat on a changeup from Springs. You mentioned the importance of that pitch from Jeffrey Springs throughout his career. Sogard does a nice job just staying on it. And, well, here you go. Red Sox second inning, seeing Springs for the second time in 8 days. Go get him.
Well, and here's Duran has really started to swing the bat better. It's not the toughest left-on-left matchup for him here. 2-1, none out. Here's the pitch. Duran takes a ball outside his slider. Duran, 258, 15 homers and 80 driven in. He has 13th triple the other night on the misplay by Stanton out in left. 1-0. Pitch is a good take on a sweeper down and in. 2-0.
It's a really good take on a front door breaking ball from Springs there that didn't miss by much.
Well, we are very happy to have one of the stars of Red Sox social media, a guy whose name is on the rise in the booth with us right now. 2-0. Pitch. Duran takes a strike on the outside corner. Hogdale, who, if you haven't followed him on social media, you're living under a rock and in a cave. I mean, it's this guy live streams a lot of games, every game as far as I'm concerned, out in Iowa, and his calls are just amazing, wonderful, and hilarious. The 2-1 to Duran is a little bit outside. Fastball, and it's 3-1. It's a mixture of Red Sox passion, knowledge, and as I said, humor. I mean, he just wears it on his sleeve. I make a point every night of checking what he said about certain things, and I'm always delighted to see the finished product. 3-1 to Duran. Big pitch. Here it is, and it is low, ball 4. Hogdale would have said something in that spot like, not so fast, buckaroo. The bases are loaded.
I think we're going to get a buckaroo tonight, one way or another. You've turned me on to Hogdale. My energy has to be at an all-time high tonight with Hogdale in the booth.
We are during this series, he's going to do innings with us. We wanted to get him into the booth here tonight, and we will, in short order, get him on the air. He might even do a little play-by-play for us, although we probably do need to sit down before the game and have a little conversation about a thing called the FCC and certain words that maybe can't be said over terrestrial radio, which is a great part of Hogdale's charms. Trust me, there are many times in both directions I wish I could use some of those words. All right, here we go. Let's see if my hunch is right. It looked to me after that catch on Cedon's face, he looked ready to go, and this is an awesome matchup for him. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Cedon takes outside, and that is the most encouraging thing he could do. A changeup off the plate, and it's 1-0.
Alex Cora talked about it pregame. Cedon is chasing, he's swinging a lot, and even when he struggled in April and May, they didn't feel like it was quite like the way it is right now for Cedon.
Here's the pitch, and it is outside. Another changeup. Well, Springs still fears him, and that is the book on Cedon that'll chase. He doesn't here, and now with Romy, who pummeled him last time on deck, you figure this is a spot he might just have to challenge Cedon. 2-0, scoreless for now. The pitch is a strike. Didn't have to be and probably shouldn't have been. I mean, that was a 92-mile-an-hour fastball that looked off the plate, and Alex is not happy about it. Cora is barking at Mark Ripperger.
He just said, come on, let's go. I mean, he knows how much his guy's grinding trying to get right.
2-1 pitch is swung on and fouled. Now, that was a good pitch on the outside corner. It's 2-2, but that is the trickle down. It should be 3-0. Instead, it's 2-1, and Cedon feels like he's got to protect a little bit.
Yeah, and it's 4 straight pitches away. The first 2 changeups to fall behind, fastballs to get back into it. Maybe a breaking ball comes to the back foot here.
2-2, bases loaded. The pitch is swung on and missed. A changeup, center cut, and Rafaela is gone. There's just been so much of that lately, swing and miss. And no matter what the umpire is doing, that is a pitch that is right there to be hammered. So that's a huge first out for Jeffrey Springs. And now, here comes Southpaw Slayer Romy Gonzalez.
Went first pitch swinging his first time against Springs.
Loaded up with one down. Bottom two, the pitch. Romy takes a strike on the inside corner, a sweeper, and it's 0-1. You knew he wasn't going to get a fastball away because that's the pitch he torched that was caught in the triangle to begin the first. Springs has got an unorthodox routine before he comes set on the third base side of the rubber. Here's the 0-1. Romy takes way outside a sweeper. Springs is sort of bent over at the waist. He starts with his front right leg way down the mound. He creeps it up, walking up the ladder, and then when his feet come together on the rubber, he almost does like a little plie. Not quite Connelly Early frenetic, but still 1-1 to Romy. Pitch is swung on and fouled. A changeup. And it's 1-2. And Mike, you can tell that when things get hot for Jeffrey Springs, he trusts his changeup more than anything.
Leaning on it a ton. Everything has been soft here to Romy Gonzalez since Romy torched that fastball, like you said, on a different night earlier this summer that might have left the yard to begin the bottom of the first.
Feels so important to cash in here. Bases loaded with one down. Here's the pitch. Romy takes a ball. Another change. And it is 2-2. I mean, you have fabulous speed almost everywhere. Eaton at third. And, of course, Sogard runs fine at second. Duran at first. Very hard to double Romy off in this spot. 2-2. Here's a curveball on the ground. We'll see. To the shortstop. Over to second for one. Over to first. Two. A double play. They do turn an inning-ending double play. 6-4-3. Springs says to Romy, not so fast. Buckaroo, no score after two on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays are for football. That's why we're here to help you get your next DIY project done, even when the clock isn't on your side. Whether that's a new Filtrete filter or Bosch and Cobalt power tools, Lowe's has everything you need to feel like the MVP of DIY. So get it done and earn your Sunday. Shop now, in-store and online. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
United Healthcare nurse Crystal checked in on a patient.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell in her voice that she was struggling.
Crystal knew she needed help.
And I knew that this is very serious. This is like septic. This is life-threatening.
And she knew just what to do.
And I called the hospital and said, she's coming in. Here are her labs.
And got her the help she needed.
I see my role at United Healthcare as a life-saving role.
Hear more stories like Crystal's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
You're tuned into Auto Intelligence, live from Auto Trader, where data, tools, and your preferences sync to make your car shopping smooth.
They're searching inventory.
Oh, yeah.
They find what you need.
They're gonna find it.
You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. Pricing's precise and true.
So true.
It's smarter car shopping.
Ooh.
Just for you.
Oh, it's just for you. Ooh. Find your next ride at Autotrader.com. Powered by Auto Intelligence.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Connelly Early thought he'd have a lead. Instead, it's scoreless as we go to the third. And here for the play-by-play is Mike Monaco.
Right down the middle. First pitch swinging, and Lawrence Butler swings and pops it foul third base side.
That was so funny. We had Hogdale in here, as you just heard, and like I said, he just speaks his mind. He's so colorful, and he said of the changeup to say down, it was right down something.
Yeah.
Broadway, right?
Missed opportunity, nonetheless. 0-1 to Butler is a breaking ball that is called a strike. Looked like it was beneath the zone, but Early will take it. And it's 0-2 left on left with Butler with 8, 9, and 1 coming in the Herb Chambers batting order, sponsored by Herb Chambers, Mercedes-Benz of Boston, Sudbury, and Flagship Motor Cars of Linfield. 0-2's cut on and missed. A good breaking ball from Connelly Early, who picks up his third strikeout, and there's one away to begin the third inning. Well, more of the same from Connelly Early from what we saw last week in Sacramento. It's now 8 batters faced, 3 strikeouts, just a couple of singles. Now to the 9th spot in the A's lineup for the right-hand hitting left fielder Max Schumann. First pitch is swung on and fouled straight back. 95 right down the middle from Connelly Early. Said he was throwing, even in college, his first couple of years, like 84, 86. So it has been a rapid rise for him. He's added about 2 miles an hour on average to his fastball this year to last year. The 0-1 inside as Schumann twists out of the way in the right-hand box. A ball and a strike. No score, third inning. The Red Sox had such a great opportunity in the bottom of the second. Bases loaded, nobody out, but couldn't capitalize. The 1-1. Schumann checks his swing on a pitch just outside. They appealed to first and no swing. And it's 2-1 from Early to Schumann. Cool night at Fenway Park. Crowd has filed in with dark skies now at Fenway. 2-1. Schumann takes outside. A fastball at 94 that leaked away. 3-1. Second major league start for the left-hander Connelly Early. Wears a red 71 on the back of his white jersey. Dark glove at the waist. The long red sleeves beneath the jersey top. Schumann asks for time and steps out. Really cool American flag cleats for Connelly Early as well. He wore those in Sacramento last week. He stands angled off the mound, feet pointed toward the Red Sox first base dugout. Into the windup and the 3-1. Schumann takes a strike on the outside part of the plate, and it's a full count. Fastball there at 94 might have been off the edge, but Early will take it. It's a call that went against Cedon in the last half inning when he struck out on that pitch right down Broadway. 1 out, base is empty, no score in the third. 3-2. Schumann swings and he rolls it to short. Story reaches down, he backhands, he shuffles, he throws, and Romy digs it out at first for out number 2. Third inning is brought to you by Citgo. Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Time for the New England Chevy dealers question of the day as well. Together we drive, and today's question at Sox Booth on Twitter is as follows, with an eye toward the postseason. Out of their last 12 games, how many more wins do you think the Red Sox need to feel secure about their playoff position? Shea Langoliers bloops one into right, and Nate Eaton runs on to make the catch, and the inning is over. Well, quick work for Connelly Early in the third. Again, head to at Sox Booth on Twitter and submit your answer, and we'll check back in the 7th inning. Through 2.5 at Fenway, no score. Red Sox and A's on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's with exclusive deals on the products pros need. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members save $10 on select 5-gallon pails of HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Primer and Valspar Ultra Ceiling Paint. Plus, get it delivered to your job site for free. Don't miss Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. Offer ends 9/26. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Deborah had to have surgery.
I had hip surgery in November of 2024.
Her United Healthcare nurse, Crystal, checked on her.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell that she was struggling.
Deborah needed help.
My infection markers were through the roof.
And Crystal knew what to do.
I called the hospital and said she's coming in.
And got Deborah the help she needed.
Crystal and United Healthcare saved my life.
Hear more stories like Deborah's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
A summer evening is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Bottom of the third at Fenway with no score between the Red Sox and A's. And Alex Bregman leads off in the Herb Chambers batting order for the Sox against Jeffrey Springs. Connelly Early had a quick 1-2-3 top half of the third. Bregman popped in foul ground to first. His first time. Springs' first pitch on the way, and it swung on and rolled to short at Jacob Wilson, who backhands, throws on the run, and sets down Bregman. Well, we are so thrilled to welcome on CEO and president of Samaritans, Kathy Markey, kind enough to join us, part of a Red Sox initiative going on all season long about suicide prevention. Change up the conversation. Kathy, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
It's our pleasure, and such great work that you guys have been doing all season, partnering up with the Red Sox. Can you explain at Samaritans, for those listening who haven't heard, what you guys do?
Sure. Samaritans is a suicide prevention organization. We aim to support folks who are struggling and those who have lost someone to suicide. We do that in several different programs, helpline, 988, text line for youth, and some support programs for people after they've had a loss to suicide.
Yeah. It's obviously critically important work that you guys have done. Here's Trevor Story, and he takes a pitch for a strike on the outside part of the plate, 1-1. Change up the conversation is the initiative you guys have been doing with the Red Sox this year.
Yeah, it's really right about having the conversation, being out there talking about this.
Story rolls this one to third at Brett Harris, who picks it up and throws out Story, 2 down.
Yeah. The stigma, right? So powerful. It keeps people from reaching out for help when they need it, reaching out to family, friends, or to somebody like us. So it's really about conversation.
Jaron Duran has obviously been so open about his journey with mental health, and specifically to him, a suicide attempt as well. What have you seen in terms of people reaching out to you based on someone like him speaking up and being so honest?
Absolutely. It was a huge impact when that story came out. We saw the number of texts and the calls on the helpline go up, but it has a lasting effect too. Being able to look at someone like Jaron, who, goes on to have this, exciting and interesting career and opportunities. And so he really represents hope for people, right? If he can get through it, so can I. I'm not the only person who struggles. I'm not the only person who needs help sometimes. And he's a great example of how breaking that stigma can have such impact.
Pitch is outside to Rob Refsnyder, batting for the second time. It's 2-1 from Jeffrey Springs. No score, bottom of the third. We're with Kathy Markey, CEO and president of Samaritans, all part of National Suicide Prevention Month here in September. Being honored here at Fenway Park for the great work they've done, partnering up with the Red Sox this year. Pitch is outside, 3-1.
I think it's so great that we as a country and society are getting better about having these conversations. And the more you actually talk to people, everyone sort of puts up a false front that things are going great. But the more you sort of peel back the onion, it's great that people can be honest about the things they're struggling with.
For sure. We all struggle with something. We've all got something, right, on our minds. And sometimes it's small, sometimes it's really big. Part of this conversation, being able to talk about this, is people getting out there and being open and supporting each other without judgment. That's a huge part of it.
3-2 pitch is up high to Refsnyder, who works a walk for the second time tonight. And the Red Sox have a 2-out base runner with no score in the bottom of the third, and Carlos Narvaez coming up.
I'd imagine there are a lot of people listening right now who are wondering if there is a way they can change their minds, if they can get help. And you've seen, I'm sure, a lot of cases where just one phone call, one conversation can really get somebody off the brink.
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. And, we encourage people all the time to call 988. It's really easy for young people to text under the age of 24 to text our Hey Sam program for youth. These are great ways to find help, get help, non-judgmental, caring, supportive, compassionate listening from somebody. And, we've framed all of this in the last couple of years under this campaign, Every Conversation Counts. It's really everything that we do, supporting people who have lost someone, people who call us. It's really about providing compassionate listening. And, we hope that once people think about that and what it would be like to reach out, that it lowers that bar, right? It makes it easier for them to make that contact with us.
It's wonderful. And if you are listening and feel compelled to, that is a great place to start with those resources. And you mentioned the Hey Sam program. Well, can you elaborate on that, please?
Hey Sam was created by young people for young people. We have young people under the age of 24 trained to respond to other young people who are reaching out for support. And that can be everything from, some really significant event, that they're experiencing, or it could be like, I'm having a really, rough day, and, here's the thing that's on my mind, and I just need somebody to talk to about it. And they don't want to communicate by phone or with adults. They want to talk to other young people. And so it's a really wonderful way for them to get the support they need. And they can just text 439-726.
Carlos Narvaez swings and he ropes one into left center field, and that drops on the grass and rolls toward the track. Splits the A's defenders. Refsnyder motors around third and will score without a throw. Carlos Narvaez ropes a double into left center, and with 2 outs here in the third, the Red Sox strike first. It's 1-0 at Fenway.
Kathy, I know you think you do a lot of important work, and you do, but you're welcome here anytime.
That was awesome. That was exciting. Yeah.
With 2 strikes and with 2 outs to Carlos Narvaez, well-timed, and you have brought them some luck.
Awesome.
I do think it's so cool that Jaron took the risk that he did. Not only did he seek help, but he said so on Netflix, of all places, to open up the doors to, other young people who might be struggling. And he talks so openly about once he did, how much it changed everything for him.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've heard that from people, that share their story, right? Is that it's very empowering to not have to carry that burden alone, and to know that by sharing your story, you really truly are helping other people to lower that bar, that fear. So yeah, it's really tremendous, and we see a lot of people who come, engage with Samaritans and continue to be engaged with the organization over time. We have our 5K coming up in a couple of weeks, and there'll be close to 2,000 people who are there to support each other, to remember someone.
2-0 is swung on and popped up by Nate Eaton into center. Lawrence Butler comes in, he makes the catch, and the inning's over. Kathy, real quick, the information again in terms of texting, calling, and a website.
Yep. So 988 to call. Texting Hey Sam is 439-726. Website is SamaritansHope.org.
It's amazing work you guys are doing, and we thank you for coming on.
Thank you. My pleasure to be here. Thanks so much for your time.
Kathy Markey, CEO and president of Samaritans. Again, that's how you get in touch if you are in a spot where you need help. We step aside. The Red Sox grab the lead in the bottom of the third. We go to the fourth. They're up 1-0 at Fenway on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays are for football. That's why we're here to help you get your next DIY project done, even when the clock isn't on your side. Whether that's a new Filtrete filter or Bosch and Cobalt power tools, Lowe's has everything you need to feel like the MVP of DIY. So get it done and earn your Sunday. Shop now, in-store and online. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
Heather is a nurse practitioner from United Healthcare.
We meet patients wherever they live.
During a house call, she found Jack had an issue.
Jack's blood pressure was dangerously high.
It was 217 over 110.
So they got Jack to the hospital and got him the help he needed.
He had had a stent placed in his heart, preventing a massive heart attack.
If it wasn't for my guardian angel, I wouldn't be here.
Hear more stories like Jack's at UnitedHealthcare.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan, area limitation, and exclusions apply.
Ice, energy from Starbucks.
When you want that good afternoon energy, pick up new hydrating Starbucks Iced Energy with plant-based caffeine for a feel-good boost. Available in 3 refreshing fruity flavors: tropical peach, blueberry lemonade, and watermelon twist, to give you the delicious taste you've been looking for. Energize your afternoon with new Starbucks Iced Energy. Find it in stores or online today.
Ooh, Gecko, I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app. Could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Connelly Connelly Early's got a lead. Run-scoring double from Carlos Narvaez with 2 outs in the bottom of the third, and it's 1-0 as we start the fourth. First pitch is a strike to Jacob Wilson with a curveball as Early goes his second time through the order. 2, 3, and 4 for the Athletics. The lefty Early winds, and the 0-1 is swung on and rolled foul right at home plate. So that's Wilson, Nick Kurtz, and Brent Rooker in the Herb Chambers batting order, sponsored by Herb Chambers BMW of Boston, Sudbury, and Medford. 38 pitches for Connelly Early on a cool night at Fenway in the first of 3. 0-2 is down. Fastball at 94, just missed beneath the zone. Wilson, an all-star shortstop this year. He's got a real kinetic stance in the right-hand box. Jittery. The 1-2. He swings and he trickles one foul, third base side. Still 1-2. Saw this last week from Connelly Early in his major league debut, and it's continued here tonight. He's getting so much swing and miss. And again, a guy who found more velocity over time as his college career and now his young pro career has gone on. Steadily improving. The lefty's 1-2. Wilson swings and he pokes one foul, first base side on a fastball up in the zone. Still 1-2. Alex Spear had a great article last week after Early's debut. And Connelly Early said, I averaged 84 miles an hour freshman year of college, 86 as a sophomore. The 1-2. That is just inside. 2-2 on Wilson. Carlos Narvaez rose up out of his squat from behind the plate and was ready to rip that around the horn. 1-0 Red Sox, top of the fourth inning here at Fenway. Wilson flew to center his first time. 2-2. Takes inside, a full count, and a couple of borderline calls that have gone against Early have run this count full. And his whole family there late into the night in Sacramento watching his start against these A's. 3-2. Swinging a roller off the end of the bat, foul right at home plate as Early tried a curveball.
Well, no shots on Nesson yet. I would have to think they're here tonight, wouldn't you?
I would think so.
I mean, it's closer, it's easier, and it's Fenway.
Family's from Virginia. And so they went from Virginia to Sacramento. 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 93 up the ladder from Connelly Early, who's got 4 more strikeouts so far. And there's one away to begin the fourth. Fourth inning is brought to you by Cars for Kids, the easiest way to get rid of your old car. Donate today and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Donate now at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K. So 1 out, base is empty, and here's the likely American League Rookie of the Year, Nick Kurtz. First pitch is swung on and missed, 0-1.
Virginia and Massachusetts have a lot of things in common, and they're both, seminal in the founding of the country. They're both also Commonwealths.
Can you name the others?
I think I can.
Is it 4 or 5?
I think it's 4.
Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Kurtz gets hit in the back with a curveball that got away. Or did that get him on the elbow, maybe? Kurtz gets hit by a pitch, and it's a 1-out base runner for the A's with the Red Sox up 1-0 in the fourth. And here comes the A's training staff and Mark Kotze to jog out, and that might have hit the arm as Kurtz had turned out of the way. It looked like it might get him in the back, but upon further review here, I think it went right off the side of the arm.
Ooh, funny bone, maybe. Yeah. Oh yeah, like the back triceps. Did he
caught it? He caught it between his right arm and sort of his armpit. So Commonwealths.
I think it's Kentucky and Pennsylvania.
I think those are the only 4.
Yeah.
Well, we have a Google machine, so.
Those places, I mean, think about it. Think about the presidents that those Commonwealths have produced. All the early ones from Virginia, and then so many from Mass, of course, the Adams, and then Honest Abe, born in Kentucky.
Yeah, it's just those 4 as far as states go.
They're Commonwealths.
They are. They're Commonwealths, not states. Pennsylvania and Kentucky. So anyway, Nick Kurtz is on. He stays in the game, appears to be all right. No worse for the wear. And Early's got some traffic to deal with against Brent Rooker. Right-hand hitting DH. First pitch. Swinging a high pop-up in the air to shallow right. Long way to go for Nate Eaton, who comes on. He calls off Sogard, and Sogard drops the ball. It plops on the grass in right field. Kurt scampers up to second. Rooker's on at first, and there's 2 aboard for the A's here with 1 out in the 4th inning.
Well, I know pop-up priority says it's the right fielder's ball, but that one was in the air forever. Sogard was camped out, and Nate coming so hard. I think the fact that he slid behind Sogard really distracted Nick, and maybe they both just miscommunicated. That's right between them. That ball has to be caught.
Yeah, and it didn't actually hit the glove of Sogard. It just dropped right between them as Eaton came sliding in, and Sogard bailed at the last moment, reaching back somewhat for it. So that drops into right field, and now there's 2 on for the A's, and Andrew Bailey visits Connelly Early.
Well, they scored a hit because nobody touched it, but that still should be an out. It's one where I think you need to see one more sort of slow-mo look at Eaton as he slid, because it is possible that he called off Sogard because Nick definitely peeled off at the last minute, or, again, he might have just heard him coming.
So in any event, there's trouble brewing with Colby Thomas at the bat. Hey, Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Red Sox, providing first aid at Fenway and supporting Red Sox scholars. Learn more at bidmc.org. Colby Thomas singled to the pull side his first time. Lefty to righty. Red Sox up 1-0 in the 4th. First pitch is off speed in for a strike, top of the zone with a curveball. So it's Kurtz at second, Rooker with the fortuitous bloop single at first. 1 out in the inning. Early peers at second at Kurtz. Now looks home in the 0-1. Thomas swings and he pops it up foul behind the plate, and it's 0-2. Check out the Subaru of New England scoreboard and see what's happening around baseball. Yankees and Twins are playing in Minneapolis, and so just underway, top of the 1st inning, no score between the Yankees and the Twins. Red Sox a game back of the Yankees, who have 83 wins to 82 for the Sox. 0-2. Thomas takes just outside with the backdoor breaking ball, and it's 1-2. Yeah, a lot of scoreboard watching right now. Guardians are up 2-1 on the Tigers in the bottom of the 4th. That's the first of 6 meetings remaining between those 2 teams. 2 on here for the A's. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Early befels Thomas down to a knee with a filthy changeup diving away from the righty. 2 Ks in the inning, 5 total, and there's 2 down in the 4th.
Well, in the playoff race, it makes sort of strange bedfellows. I looked up at the scoreboard and saw the Mets were winning. I was like, yes. But then I forget they're not playing the Rangers anymore. It doesn't matter at all.
It's just the Padres. We don't care about that quite yet. Red Sox up 1-0 here. Pitch is swung on and driven in the air by Darryl Hernandez to deep left center field. Up by the monster. Rafael is back to make the catch. Up against the wall. Early claps his bare hand into his mitt. Points out to left center as Cedon runs it down. And the inning's over. We go to the bottom of the 4th at Fenway. Early strands 2, and the Red Sox lead the A's 1-0 on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays hit different when you earn them. We've got you covered with outdoor power equipment from Cobalt and everything you need to weatherproof your deck with Trex decking. Plus, with lawn care from Scott's and, of course, Pit Boss grills and accessories, you can get a home field advantage all season long. So get to Lowe's, get it done, and earn your Sunday. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
Deborah had to have surgery.
I had hip surgery in November of 2024.
Her United Healthcare nurse, Crystal, checked on her.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell that she was struggling.
Deborah needed help.
My infection markers were through the roof.
And Crystal knew what to do.
I called the hospital and said she's coming in.
And got Deborah the help she needed.
Crystal and United Healthcare saved my life.
Hear more stories like Deborah's at uhc.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
A summer evening is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the do.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you, the gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
2 starts into his major league career, and Connelly Early's worked around some traffic. Sox up 1-0. Bottom of the 4th begins with ball 1 to Nick Sogard, switch hitter from the right side, from Jeffrey Springs. And nice work from Connelly Early. Leaves a couple there in the top of the 4th. Springs the lefties 1-0. Swinging a roller foul from Sogard right at home plate. It's a ball and a strike. We are 3 pitches away from the 110th pitch, brought to you by 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. 110 Grill, proud to be an official partner of the WEEI Red Sox radio network. Sox up 1-0. Scored in the bottom of the 3rd on a Carlos Narvaez double. The 1-1. Sogard takes high. They've had traffic here these first 3 innings against Jeffrey Springs, who the Red Sox beat last week in Sacramento. Springs into the wind and the 2-1. Sogard takes a strike with a changeup, and it's 2-2. So we told you Yankees just getting underway. Red Sox magic number at 9. They're 3.5 games clear of the Guardians. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Sogard strikes out on a changeup and a good one that elicited a half-hearted cut, and there's one away in the bottom of the 4th. This 4th inning bell brought to you by Boston's premier retirement planning specialists and the team at Hackman Wealth Partners, with 4 offices around Boston. So it's a 3rd strikeout for Jeffrey Springs, and now Jarren Duran takes the first pitch fastball pumped in for a strike at 91. It's 0-1. Duran and then Rafaela in the Herb Chambers batting order for the Red Sox. Up 1-0 here at Fenway. Springs 0-1. Duran takes a strike on the outside part of the plate, and it's 0-2. Some signs coming for Jarren Duran. He tripled and scored in that big first inning Sunday against the Yankees. And on Saturday, he had his first career pinch hit home run against the Yankees. A Sox loss, but boy, they had their opportunities. 0-2. Duran swings and he rolls one up the middle, just out of the reach of the diving second baseman Darrell Hernandez into center. Big turn for Jarren. He slams on the brakes and settles for a 1-out single in this bottom of the 4th inning. Nice piece of hitting there by Jarren Duran with a 2-strike count. Got a fastball at the bottom of the zone and stung it hard on the ground. 100 miles an hour off the bat. And now here comes Ceddanne Rafaela. But a glorious opportunity, his first time up. Bases loaded, nobody out in the 2nd. Now man aboard here in the 4th with the speed of Duran. Alex Cora got asked quite a bit about Ceddanne pregame today and about how he's chasing, swinging a lot more. And Alex Cora said he just can't try to have 4 hits in one at bat. First pitch, Ceddanne takes a strike on the outside part of the plate, but not something Ceddanne can do damage with. A slider away, and it's 0-1. Ceddanne was ahead 2-0, and then a couple of borderline fastballs, including that one that looked like it was off, but it was called a strike. Came back to 2-2. 0-1. Ceddanne swings and he bounces one right in front of home plate. Langoliers, the catcher, pounces, bare hand spins and throws to first to get Ceddanne for out number 2. Duran moves up to 2nd. There's 2 down for the top of the order, and Romy Gonzalez coming up. Well, time now for our league leaders and who's circling the drain, presented by Drains by James. Drains by James, Eastern Mass's leader in residential and commercial drain cleaning and pipelining at drainsbyjames.com. At Drains by James, they give a poop about your pipes. Romy's got a career-best 14-game hitting streak going, and that is the longest active hitting streak in the majors. 23 hits in that time. He's had some hard contact so far here today, including a flyout to deep right center his first time on the first pitch he saw from Springs in the first. He's got Jaron at second here. First pitch, Romy takes high, ball one. Red Sox up 1-0 in this fourth. And they are craving a big hit with runners in scoring position. They left 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, even after getting the run thanks to Narvaez. The 1-0. Romy swings and misses. Geared up for a fastball. Got a changeup instead. Another good one from Springs, and it's 1-1. He looks ready to do damage at all times these last few weeks. Duran leads off second. The 1-1. Romy takes inside with a fastball at 91, and it's 2-1.
Well, against this pitcher who he launched a bomb to left last time, that's always in play here at Fenway. But what's been so great about him is the opposite field approach. He seems so willing to just slap balls to right center.
I love how Alex Cora put it to you, like blocking balls to right. 2-1. Romy takes inside again. Another fastball in, 3-1. AC said it's a very mature at bat right now from Romy. And yeah, he's using the whole field. Learning to play through a little discomfort as well. The knee that got banged up in Sacramento. 3-1. Romy takes a strike. Looked like it was down, maybe out as well on a slider, but it nicked the zone, and it's a full count. Red Sox up 1-0 last of the fourth here at Fenway. 2 outs, Duran at second. Springs comes set waist high. 3-2. Romy swings and he pops it up. Left side of the diamond up the third base line. Harris races in, gives way to the catcher Langoliers, who makes the catch, and the inning's over. Duran stranded at second, and the Red Sox go quietly to finish the fourth. They lead the A's 1-0. We go to the fifth after this on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members save even more with limited-time doorbuster deals. Save $5 on 24-count Contractor's Choice 42-gallon trash bags, now just $14.78. Plus, get your choice select DeWalt Elite Series saw blades for $9.98. Not a Pro Rewards member? Join for free today at Lowe's. Valid through 9/17. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Heather is a nurse practitioner from United Healthcare.
We meet patients wherever they live.
During a house call, she found Jack had an issue.
Jack's blood pressure was dangerously high.
It was 217 over 110.
So they got Jack to the hospital and got him the help he needed.
He had a stent placed in his heart, preventing a massive heart attack.
If it wasn't for my guardian angel, I wouldn't be here.
Hear more stories like Jack's at unitedhealthcare.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan. Area limitation and exclusions apply.
A summer evening is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Brett Harris is going to lead it off against Connelly Early. The Red Sox feel like they've left some runs on the table. They do lead 1-0. Here's the pitch to Harris, and it's chopped foul on the third base side. Curveball from Connelly, who does mix and match. Throws them all at any time. John Henry's been here the last few nights. Made so many investments in this team. And locked in for the finale against the Yankees. And the opener against the A's. Here's Brett Harris looking at a fastball that misses inside, and it's 1-1. I know people don't want to hear it, but anyone who talks to John ever can just feel how much he does love baseball, love the Red Sox. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Change up. It's fair to say that at times he wants to build certain things a certain way before maybe pouring max salary cap dollars in. But the commitment cannot be questioned. A change up from Early misses outside, and it's 2-2. I mean, look at Alex Bregman this year, and the extension offered to Crochet, for that matter, the money given to Roman Anthony. Certainly, there will be a lot of eyes on the upcoming offseason. 2-2 is fouled off, and how they reallocate the dollars that came back when Devers went to San Francisco, but I know they have every intention of doing that. And by the way, some of that may start with a negotiation with Alex Bregman. There'll be some big fish in the sea this offseason, starting with Kyle Schwarber, who hit another homer last night. Pete Alonso can opt out. 2-2. Swinging a chopper. Very tough play on the third base side. Early off. He gloves. He spins. He throws to first, and it's not in time. Very nicely done there by Early. He did everything he could, but a little too much foot speed for Harris. Kind of a swinging bunt. Yeah, the leadoff man is aboard.
Early moves very well off the mound. He got there quickly, and he made that a lot closer than I thought it would be.
530 runs in formation paying off. I would be surprised, I think, if you had to handicap it. I think both Alonso and Schwarber stay where they are. They're both beloved. I have a hard time thinking Dave Dombrowski will let Schwarber go. Here's Butler, left-handed hitter, who takes a strike. Fastball, no slider, actually. And it's 0-1. 1-0 Red Sox in the top of the fifth inning. The code word of the game, stolen base. Trevor Story stole his 29th. Stolen base, the code word. Enter your code word in the member portal today to claim your points. 0-1 to Butler. Struck out his first time. The pitch low with a sinker. And it's 1-1. I think the question, particularly for Schwarber, will be, is someone, including Dave, willing to give him 5-6 years at an enormous annual salary? 1-1. Here's the pitch. And it is a beauty. Strike on the outside corner, because teams will be lined up around the block to give him, say, a 3-year deal for north of $40 million. I believe that firmly. But who knows? He may say, this might be my last big bite at the apple. I need more years. That's where things would get interesting. 1-2. Early picks over to first, but Harris not fooled. He dives back in head first.
How about the home run totals in the 4-year, $79 million deal for Kyle Schwarber in Philly? 46, 47, 38, 53 and counting.
Money well spent. 1-2. The pitch is swung on and missed. Great sweeper, and Early has his 6th strikeout and a big first out in this top of the fifth inning. I mean, it's really one of the great contracts in free agent signings in recent years. Every team in the big leagues would sign up for that. Here now with one down is Max Schumann. It's really hard to see him leaving that city where he's so beloved. He loves their clubhouse. They love him. Back is a sinker to Schumann. Is a strike at the bottom of the zone. He bunted this 9-hole hitter, took it back, and it's 0-1.
Hello.
I can't help myself. I'm glad you said it. Schumann. 1-0 Red Sox. 1 on, 1 out in the fifth. Early throws. Check swing. He went around for sure. Probably didn't matter anyway. Strike in there, and it's 0-2. I love not only the back and forth between Seinfeld and Newman, but the look on both of their faces. Disgust. 0-2. Early picks again, so that's 2 throws to first. The best of those interactions by far was when Jerry would catch Newman doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing, like eating too much of the forbidden chicken. 0-2. Double play depth behind Connelly Early. Here's the pitch, and it's in the dirt. And somewhere in between both of them, Kramer, for some reason, was like very friendly with Newman. They would get into all kinds of trouble together. Has there ever been a better physical comedian than Michael Richards? Ever? I mean, Chevy Chase was great at it, but in this generation, my goodness. 1-2. Pitch is down and in. I also love how Kramer would just come in and just start opening up Jerry's pantries and refrigerator, just eat whatever he wanted.
You know a clip I was watching recently? It's Kenny Banya.
Ovaltine.
Yeah.
2-2. It's gold, Jerry. Gold. Time is called.
See, I've seen Seinfeld.
Please.
Not all of it.
Probably like clips on Instagram.
No, come on. Did a few
You're
seasons.
not that young. I mean, you're young.
You're calling me old.
Not even a little bit. 2-2. 1 on, 1 out. 1-0 Sox in the fifth. Pitch. High pop-up into center field. And Cedon, can of corn is there to make the play. And they're 2 down. I sort of love just the premise of that, right? Because the whole show is based on a guy who tells jokes really about nothing. And the show follows his rants and musings and opinions. And, you know, what is the deal with insert anything? Right? That's just how every episode was built. 1-0 Red Sox. Here's Shea Langoliers, who's singled and flied to right. Connelly Early throws. Langoliers swings and fouls a changeup back. They got the bullpen going to the Red Sox. Greg Weissert is up. And the brilliance of that is that if Seinfeld had delivered a monologue on Ovaltine as he was scratching out the jokes for him, it would have been great. And Pena just totally bombs. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. My now 16-year-old nephew lives out in California, obsessed with Seinfeld. I mean, he knows every single word. Through a summer, he watched all the episodes, knows every quote, every word, to the point where I'd be watching a classic, hilarious Seinfeld episode. Like my favorite one, well, there's so many, but the one that I love the most whenever it's on is the shrinkage episode. And I'll write him and say, shrinkage, and he'll immediately respond, you mean like laundry? 0-2. Early trying to shrink Langoliers. Runner goes, and a pop-up on the infield, foul of the plate. Narvaez throws the mask away, and he makes the play. Inning over. Connelly Early, no shrinking violet through his first 2 Major League starts. 1-0 Red Sox in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hello, Newman.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members save even more with limited-time doorbuster deals. Save $5 on 24-count Contractor's Choice 42-gallon trash bags, now just $14.78. Plus, get your choice select DeWalt Elite Series saw blades for $9.98. Not a Pro Rewards member? Join for free today at Lowe's. Valid through 9/17. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
United Healthcare nurse Crystal checked in on a patient.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell in her voice that she was struggling.
Crystal knew she needed help.
And I knew that this is very serious. This is like septic. This is life-threatening.
And she knew just what to do.
And I called the hospital and said, she's coming in. Here are her labs.
And got her the help she needed.
I see my role at United Healthcare as a life-saving role.
Hear more stories like Crystal's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
A summer evening is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Alex Bregman to lead it off against a relief pitcher for the A's. We'll tell you about him and so much more after this 10-second break on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Mitch Spence is the right-hander on for the Sacramento Athletics. This is his 30th appearance. 7 of them starts. And this is a guy who spins and spins until he can spin no more. Slider, curveball, cutter primarily. Seeing Bregman to begin things in the bottom of the 5th. So Springs goes 4. Bregman takes a strike. Cut fastball. And it's 0-1. 27 years old. First base side of the rubber. He winds. Bregman swings and hits a soft ground ball toward third, right over the bag. It is handled over there by the A's third baseman, who throws to first in time. And Bregman is gone. Nicely done there by Brett Harris to not be too distracted by the bag. And Bregman's struggles continue. You know, it's eating him alive. This is his time of year. But as Mike told you, he just has not felt the groove since coming back off the injured list. Now with the righty on the mound, you start thinking about guys like Lowe and Yoshida. Here's Trevor Story, who takes a fastball low. Curveball 1-0. Red Sox on EEI brought to you by your New England Ford dealers in the New England Edition F-150. I don't know if Trevor drives an F-150, but definitely a truck guy. 1-0. Up and in. Cut fastball. 2-0. There are some big trucks in the players' lot here and in most major league ballparks. 1-0 Red Sox. Bottom 5. Spence delivers. Trevor lines one to second. On one hop, it eats Hernandez alive. That'll be a hit for Story. His second of the night, and he is aboard with one down in the bottom of the 5th.
Both hits in a very similar spot from Trevor Story. He scorched that cutter. Pitch that was away. Stayed on it. 103 off the bat, and it just gobbled up Hernandez at second base. Yeah, it's a single for Trevor Story. Hernandez kind of backed off of that. I think could have done a little bit more with it.
And Jaron Duran did the mini turbulent airplane celebration and then basically told Story, you're going here again. He leads at first, not going here, as Rob Refsnyder takes a strike on the outside corner. His next steal will be his 30th. And for Story, that would be a new career high, which is pretty amazing. Let's run it as well as he runs. 0-1, not going. Refsnyder rips one over Kyle Hudson, foul at third. And it's 0-2. Think of the dynamic between Seinfeld and Newman, and then go to the other side of the earth, the exact opposite. That's what Trevor Story and Jaron Duran have. I mean, it is father-son, best buddies. It is really fun to watch. 0-2, Trevor leading, not going. The pitch is chopped foul, third base side, and he's thinking about it here against Spence. Just not totally timed up. Refsnyder twice walked against Springs, who looked like he wanted absolutely nothing to do with this right-handed hitter. Oh, and 2. Trevor leaning a little bit more, and now they throw over. Maybe not once he sees the pickoff move in person. Be more inclined to jump here. Jose David Flores whispering something in his ear. And actually, he's not shy. Jose David does not care if the first baseman hears him. 0-2. Not going. The pitch is high and outside. Cutter. 1-2.
24 home runs for Trevor this year. If he were to get 30 bags, guys who've had 24 home runs in a season, 30 stolen bases in Red Sox history, Mookie and Jacoby Ellsbury.
Wow.
That's it.
1-2. He's running. The pitch is swung on and fouled. He had it stolen easy. I mean, that was a great jump. And obviously, in a 2-strike count, Refsnyder has got to swing. Had a good curveball. He fouled it off, but that was all the way number 30.
Yeah, down near the dirt. Great jump like it has been every time this year from Trevor Story.
He will get many more chances. I don't know about you, Mike. I mean, it's cool, but I'm not as hung up on the perfect run. Just go when you want to go. 1-0 Red Sox, bottom 5. Story all dirtied up, leading at first again. Spence sets. Story runs again. The pitch is low. The throw to second. Not in time. Head first slide. And 30 steals for Trevor Story. That is really cool. And he has just had such a marvelous bounce-back season. Because of that, he ties the major league record for number of steals without being caught. And now, do the Athletics want to look at this? I think if they're looking at anything, is whether he kept his hand on the bag.
The Athletics are challenging the safe call at second base.
Well, that is troubling because at this stage of the game, you wouldn't think they'd challenge unless they thought they had something. First look at the slide. He's definitely safe to start things. And does he keep the oven mitt all the way on the bag? He absolutely does.
He does. He's going to be safe.
Safe, no doubt. Now, there's a little dirt on the first base side of the bag, but this is not even close to me, Mike. I just don't think they got him. Maybe the A's thought he got him on the left shoe, which he did not, nor the left leg. This should be confirmed, not just stand.
And I think it'll happen quickly as well. It's pretty definitive from the 2 looks we saw.
Yep, it's nowhere near. He's going to be safe. And looking at it in New York, it is another light shown on Mike Brantley how great he is. This is a ridiculous challenge.
I was just going to say that. It shows how good he is at his job because I don't really get why the A's are challenging this.
I mean, in no way did his hand come off the bag, and he clearly beat the tag. Clearly. And nor did they pull a little Xander Bogaerts shove move where you go off the bag against David Hamilton.
After review, the call in the field is confirmed. The runner is safe. Athletics use their challenge.
Beautiful. 30 for 30. The Red Sox are having fun with Trevor Story. You know, another element of this Story-Duran relationship is they couldn't be more different. I mean, just in so many ways. Trevor is the dad of 2 young kids, 2 and 3. They got number 3 on the way coming in January. He is as wholesome and humble and kind and gentle as a ball player you'll ever find. 2-2 to Refsnyder. Speaking of all those qualities, here's the pitch, and it is inside, a cut fastball, and it's 3-2. And yet, this is the wonderful thing about this game. Guys who in no other arena, no other part of their lives would be caught celebrating in the way they do, laughing at the kind of things they do. You're here, and you are a little kid. 3-2 to Refsnyder. Here's the pitch. Rob swings and drives one down the left field line, but foul. He was way out in front of a slider. Yanks it foul, and it stays 3-2. In some ways, Trevor Story is the poster child of what has made this year so fun. Kind of a resurgent season for him. I think it's Trevor and Jacob deGrom for comeback player of the year in the American League. So much perseverance. 3-2 again to Refsnyder. Here's the pitch. And that's inside ball 4. He is incredible, Refsnyder is. He just never, ever tries to do too much. And there, he draws a 9-pitch walk. And the Red Sox have 2 on with 1 out.
3 walks in the game from Rob Refsnyder. And yeah, just in appreciation of Trevor Story, we get so bogged down in the day-to-day that sometimes you forget like the career context. It's the most steals he's ever had in a season in his career. And he's played the most games since 2018 this season. Like, it's not just the previous 3 seasons here in Boston where he was injury prone. It was a long way back in his career.
2 on, 1 out. Red Sox lead by a run. Here's Carlos Narvaez. And a throw to second almost went to the outfield. What is Spence doing? Wires crossed there. The pickoff play not on. The second baseman, Hernandez, was way off the bag. And so sort of that inside move, and Spence had nowhere to go. He ended up throwing it to Hernandez low, who picked it out. Kyle Hudson thought that was a balk for sure. He's yelling out at the second base umpire, Nick Marley, who disagrees. It was obviously not reviewable. 2 on, 1 out for Narvaez. The pitch is a perfect cut fastball on the corner, and it's 0-1. Well, the Red Sox, 6 hits. They've had traffic all over the place tonight and have not cashed it in. Trying to break it open here. 0-1 pitch. Carlos swings and fouls it off. He'd like another look at that. It was a sinker that got down and in just enough. But it is 0-2. We take a look at the Subaru of New England scoreboard. Yankees got 2 right away in their game in Minneapolis. They got Cam Schlittler on the mound, and they lead 6-1. That game now in the second inning. 0-2. Up and in. Twins do not have much high-level, healthy starting pitching right now, so Yanks have taken advantage of that tonight. The Astros hosting the Rangers just underway in the first. 1-2 to Narvaez here. Here it is. Carlos checks his swing on a slider that's outside, and it's 2-2. Cleveland has opened up a 3-1 lead in Detroit. You know, the Red Sox played the Tigers the last 3 games of the regular season here. And right now, Boston only 3 wins fewer than the Tigers. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Carlos fouls it back. Of course, the unfortunate part of that calculus for the Red Sox is that it's going to be very difficult to catch the Blue Jays. 6-game lead over Boston, 5 over the Yankees in the division. So the win total will not matter between the Red Sox and Tigers because you have to win your division to get one of those top 2 seeds.
Jays up 4-0 on the Rays in the third. It's really interesting between Cleveland and Detroit. Tonight is the first of 6 still remaining between those two, and Detroit's not out of the woods by any means.
And the Guardians have won 9 of their last 10. 2-2 to Narvaez. 2 on, 1 out. Pitch is low, and who knows what's going on with Skubal. He left his last start. They say he won't miss one, but man, you know, they're a little antsy about that. It's a great point. I mean, Cleveland is 6.5 out in the division, so that thing is not too bad yet. Now with all the head-to-head. 3-2 to Narvaez. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and rocketed high and deep toward the triangle in right center field. Butler on the run is there to lunge out and make the play. Story tags at second, heads for third. That's just a little bit off the end of the bat for Narvaez. And a good running grab for Butler, who was not Narvaez in terms of grace there, but he did hang on, and they're 2 down.
Yeah, he had a long way to go to right center. He had to reach down at the last moment. Kind of wondered if he was going to get there. Yeah, they say Tarek Skubal's going to start on Thursday. Finale of that one against the Guardians. So we'll see.
Here comes the pitching coach for the Athletics to pay a visit, which I don't know that makes a ton of sense, but maybe give Spence a little bit of a breather. He's thrown 21 pitches. Nate Eaton will be allowed to hit in this inning, which, I mean, the Red Sox have a lead, so they, at the moment, choose his defense. You do have all these left-handed hitters available off the bench, Lowe, Yoshida, and Hamilton. But Alex Cora generally waits till the much later innings to really mix and match with his lineup, save some powder dry. Whatever Kyle Hudson just said, got a laugh at Trevor's story. Something about 30, I bet.
The line going around is 30 for 30 for Trevor's Story. What if I told you Trevor's Story would be perfect? September 16th.
How great is that series? Here's Nate Eaton at the corners with 2 down. Pitch, swing, and a miss. Slider. Refsnyder sort of bluffed over at first. He did not go, and it's 0-1. Yeah, that was such a revolutionary idea on ESPN, those 30 for 30s. Long-form storytelling. 0-1 to Eaton. Pitch. Swinging a high drive into center field. Butler back at the warning track in front of the wall. He squares up to make the play. It's just not carrying tonight at Fenway Park. Loud contact and a long out for Eaton and the Red Sox. They leave 2 more men on base. 1-0 after 5 at Fenway on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members save even more with limited-time doorbuster deals. Save $5 on 24-count Contractor's Choice 42-gallon trash bags, now just $14.78. Plus, get your choice select DeWalt Elite Series saw blades for $9.98. Not a Pro Rewards member? Join for free today at Lowe's. Valid through 9/17. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Heather is a nurse practitioner from United Healthcare.
We meet patients wherever they live.
During a house call, she found Jack had an issue.
Jack's blood pressure was dangerously high.
It was 217 over 110.
So they got Jack to the hospital and got him the help he needed.
He had had a stent placed in his heart, preventing a massive heart attack.
If it wasn't for my guardian angel, I wouldn't be here.
Hear more stories like Jack's at UnitedHealthcare.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan, area, limitation, and exclusions apply.
A summer evening is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Hart, Fitzy, and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Top 6, 1-0 Red Sox against the A's. And the first pitch from Connelly Early is pulled foul down the line and left by Jacob Wilson from the right side. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and a strikeout swinging. 72 pitches for Connelly Early. Bullpen Report is brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Never re-roof again. NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Greg Weisert's up. 0-1. Swinging a roller foul right at home plate by Wilson. And it's 0-2 from Early, who went 5 innings in his debut last week. So in total, 2 starts in the major leagues for Connelly Early so far. 10 innings, no runs, a walk, and 17 strikeouts. The lefty's 0-2. Swinging a foul right at home plate. 93 in on the hands of Wilson.
I think it's going to be a very short leash this third time through. They were last time.
It was 90 pitches last time for Connelly Early. After an off day yesterday, he had an off day Thursday as well. 0-2 again. Swing a little roller past the mound. Tough play. Bregman left side gloves. Throws on the run. Not in time. Wilson beats it out for an infield single to begin this 6th inning. Ramon Vasquez is on the horn with Mike Brenly, and the Red Sox will not challenge. So a leadoff man aboard to begin the 6th inning in a 1-0 game with the Red Sox leading.
I think it was the right call, though. Story was going to his right. I don't think he would have had as much on the throw. Several unlucky rolls on the infield tonight against the Red Sox.
It's back-to-back leadoff infield singles for the A's against Early. They had the bloop single that Sogard and Eaton couldn't contain in the 4th. And now the dangerous Nick Kurtz in the left-handed box. First pitch. Kurtz takes up and in. Narvaez back picks. Close play, but back to the bag in time. Jacob Wilson went with a headlong dive.
Very close. I think the glove hit the bag before the hand.
Red Sox got on the phone there with Mike Brenly, but they're not going to challenge that. And Wilson dove back with the yellow glove on his left hand just ahead of Romy's slap tag with the left glove hand. Red Sox up 1-0 top 6. Early's 1-0. Swing and a miss. Boy, it's been swing and miss with the fastballs from Early to Kurtz twice in these last 8 days. One of the most fearsome young hitters in the sport. OPS better than 1,000. 32 home runs for the rookie out of Wake Forest. Strikes a huge figure. The 1-1. Breaking ball down and away. 2-1 from Early.
To your point, MLB just put out a little post. What if I told you Trevor's Story couldn't be caught?
Can we get some attribution here? What did we learn about bibliographies? It's not that original. 2-1. Kurtz takes a strike with a slider that grabs the outside part of the plate. 2-2 from Early.
I was trying to remember what the first one was. It's sort of foggy.
Knicks?
I think it's the Wayne Gretzky trade.
Oh, interesting. So many good ones, especially early. Of course, Bill Simmons had a big hand in that. Huge Boston sports fan. All he's done in the media as well. He's been locked in on this Red Sox team.
Yes.
It's a fun group. Red Sox up 1-0 here in the top of the 6th. Wilson's at first, nobody out. Early is on the same page with Narvaez, and now time called before the 2-2 as Early went into his motion.
Well, how many of the directors of these things are unbelievable? King's Ransom is the Wayne Gretzky one. Peter Berg, who did all the Friday Night Lights and so many other things.
Friday Night Lights, that you got to power rank. Book, movie, TV show, it's not easy. Early sets waist high, 2-2 to Kurtz. He swings and misses and strikes out. Nasty left-on-left changeup. Kurtz lets out 4 letters of frustration, and Early gets his 7th strikeout, and that will end his night. 80 pitches, 5 1/3, and no runs for the A's. Alex Cora comes to get the baseball from Connelly Early, who in his Fenway Park debut was sterling again. He leaves to a fine ovation as the fans rise to their feet at Fenway, and Connelly Early's been awesome over this last week in the big leagues for the Red Sox. The Red Sox lead the A's 1-0 with Weissert coming on in the 6th inning on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Whether you're headed to Fenway, the beach, the mountains, or just cruising around Boston, it's always better in a Ford SUV. Like Ford Explorer, our most popular model with seating for 7. And check out Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport, both equipped with GOAT modes to handle any kind of terrain you run into. Check out our whole family of award-winning SUVs at your New England Ford dealers. Proud partner of the Boston Red Sox.
Having health insurance is a must-have, and the Massachusetts Health Connector has a power-packed lineup in Connecticare plans that delivers. At the top of the order, lower premiums make bumpy costs affordable. The middle of the lineup is packed with low copays and no deductibles, so you can save money on everything. From an urgent ER trip to managing chronic disease like diabetes and hypertension through no-cost prescriptions. Round out the order access to Connecticare plans now at mahealthconnector.org, and you have a winning team with you and the Massachusetts Health Connector.
Connelly Early's been great. 2 starts in the big leagues, and he's got 10 1/3 innings, no runs, 1 walk, and 18 strikeouts. 80 pitches tonight for Connelly Early. He leaves responsible for Jacob Wilson, the runner at first, but he's got a 1-0 lead for the Sox here in the 6th inning.
So great, he doesn't even know where to put the pitch comm when he's done. He's like fussing with it to put it back in the casing, and Andrew Bailey's got to come to, no, kid. Here it is. He gets a hug from Marcelo Meyer.
He's got his electrolytes in hand, sweaty in that first base Red Sox dugout, talks things over with young Marcelo Meyer and gives way to Greg Weissert, owner of a 2.93 ERA, to come on to get a string of 4 straight righties in the A's order, starting with Brent Rooker, who had that bloop single into right his last time in the 4th. Weissert's first pitch is a breaking ball to twist down and away, ball 1.
Marcelo Meyer could not be more of a seasoned pro. The dude just knows when cameras might be on him. Early's smiling, laughing, talking openly, and Meyer puts his hand over his mouth to respond.
He's been in the spotlight for a long time, despite his young age. The 1-0. Rooker takes a strike. Back pick. Nice pick from Romy on a low throw from Carlos Narvaez with Wilson back to the bag. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of WEEI and the Boston Red Sox. 1-1 on Rooker. Weissert kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Pulled a string with a good slider, and it's 1-2. Big spots for this Red Sox bullpen. The Sox offense has stranded 7 and is 0 for 7 tonight with runners in scoring position. They lead 1-0 on the A's. Weissert straightens up. His 1-2 is up high with a fastball at 95. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Rooker. You got your horses lined up coming out of an off day for the Red Sox. Weissert sets waist high. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Good slider from Greg Weissert. Strikes out the first man he faces, and there's 2 away here in the top of the 6th. Oh, it's such a big development for the Red Sox to get Weissert and Slayton going to their tip-top level, and that's encouraging stuff from Greg Weissert. Now Carlos Narvaez strolls out to talk things over with Greg Weissert. This is the spot of Colby Thomas in the order, and the A's are going to pinch hit Tyler Soderstrom, a left-handed batter. So Narvaez comes out. Now Andrew Bailey will join to talk scouting report on a guy who's a young talent who's had a very good season for the A's. Soderstrom, a 23-year-old former first-round pick out of the state of California, has 24 home runs this season, 821 OPS, and he's used off the bench here by Mark Kotze against the righty and Weissert. Hey, Cape Cod Lumber wants to remind you, if there's a broken bat, there's probably a better choice for lumber. Find the lumber for your next project at CapeCodLumber.com. So, big spot here for Greg Weissert in the middle innings of this game. Jacob Wilson had a leadoff infield single, and he's still at first. 2 outs now. First pitch. It's a backdoor breaking ball in for a strike, 0-1 from Weissert.
A good test for him. I mean, this has been the thing throughout his career that has really held him back a little bit. And this guy's been hot, Soderstrom.
Dealing with the lefty here. Weissert a long pause. The 0-1 is down. Try to change up, and it's a ball and a strike on Soderstrom.
And I shouldn't say it's held him back. He's had a great career. But if there's one thing that he's tried so hard to improve on, it's this. Right on left.
Soderstrom's got a wide base in the left-hand box. Sleeve on the right arm. Weissert's 1-1 is down. Try to change up again. 2-1. That's a pitch, of course, you'd love to have as a righty against a lefty like Soderstrom. Back-to-back change-ups from Greg Weissert. Infield plays the pull. Bregman's in on the cut of the grass near the 6 hole. 2 outs, man at first. 2-1. Breaking ball misses. Tried it on the back door again. 3-1 on Soderstrom. You got a right-hand hitter in Darrell Hernandez on deck. A couple more left-handed options, though, off the bench for Mark Kotze. Spin and a throw to first. Romy with a nice pick again on a ball in the dirt. And Wilson's back to the bag. Cool night at Fenway Park. Fans packed into this ballpark after the Yankees were in town for 3 over the weekend. Weissert's ready. 3-1 is a strike on the back door with a slider, and it's a full count on Tyler Soderstrom. Connelly Early looks on in the Red Sox first base dugout. Another effective start for him against the A's. Wilson's at first. 2 outs in the inning. 3-2. Swinging a fly ball lifted to left. Durand backs up. He looks up at the wall, and that's off the green. Bounces down. Durand bare hands. Wilson rounds third. He scores ahead of the throw from Story, and this game is tied in the 6th inning. A high arcing wall ball run scoring double poked oppo by Tyler Soderstrom, and it's a 1-1 ball game here at Fenway in the 6th. Well, Weissert had battled back in the count, but then grooved a 96-mile-an-hour fastball middle.
It's where all the chances with runners in scoring position stand down again. But you said it, Mike. They need Weissert and Slayton if they're going to go where they want to be.
They're going to get another pinch hitter here in the spot of Darrell Hernandez, with this game now tied at 1. So you got Soderstrom now at second, and this is Carlos Cortez who will bat.
Yeah, we're in the Clemente 21 night.
Pinch hitter from the left side has swung it well in a small sample. First pitch is a fastball in for a strike.
This dude Soderstrom is clutch. 6th most go-ahead RBIs in the game.
He's had a really fine season. Big expectations around him the last few years. Weissert peers at Soderstrom. Now the 0-1. Cortez takes down a ball and a strike from Weissert.
You think about it, little swinging infield bunt hit to Bregman.
It's got to be frustrating for Connelly Early. The 1-1. Cortez swings and he pops it up. Foul ground outside of third. Bregman toward the railing and he runs out of room. It's into the seats, 1-2. Yeah, 80 pitches for Connelly Early, but second start, second time facing the A's in 8 days. Third time through the order tonight. And they gave the lefty Kurtz, but then with Rooker coming again, Alex Cora went to Greg Weissert. 1-1 our score, top of the 6th inning here at Fenway. Soderstrom's at second, a ball and 2 strikes on Cortez. Weissert deals, swinging a slicing ball in the air to left, fading toward the line. Duran's over, but that's into the seats. Red Sox got to find a way out of this inning. Connelly Early very good again, but as you said, the missed opportunities from the offense loom over this one with still a long way to go. Red Sox left 2 in the first, 1 in the second, third, and fourth, and then they just left 2 in the 5th. A's have tied it here in the 6th. Weissert's ready. Righty to lefty, 1-2. Swing a little roller in front of home plate that bends foul up the first base line. We'll check in on the Subaru of New England scoreboard as well. The Subaru of New England all-wheel drive-away event is going on now. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Guardians up now 3-2 on the Tigers, who have tightened it in the bottom of the 7th. Yankees up 9-1 on the Twins in the last of the 3rd. Rays coming back a bit, 4-3 Blue Jays leading in the 3rd inning in Florida. 1-2. Just misses. Inside at 96 on the stocky left-hand hitter Cortez, and it's 2-2. Red Sox have more action in the bullpen out in right center. Looks like Justin Wilson is up for the Sox. Man at second, 2 outs in a 1-1 game. 2-2 is down, full count, as Weissert missed again with the changeup.
Just not enough strikes, really, especially not enough quality strikes. A lot of these pitches he's trying to get hitters to chase on. Pretty easy takes.
And lefty's not biting on the changeup. 3-2 pitch is outside with a breaking ball, ball 4, and there's 2 on for the A's. So you got another righty due here in Brett Harris, then a lefty in Lawrence Butler. Wilson has had success this year against lefties and righties, but this is Weissert's got to get. 1-1 our score, 6th inning at Fenway. A run in for the A's on the infield single from Jacob Wilson. And now Brett Harris. A single and an infield single and a strikeout, should say, for him so far. Weissert's first pitch is a fastball pumped in for a strike in 95, right down the middle. Well, Harris has struggled offensively in the opportunities he's had this season. Weissert trying to finish it off. 20 pitches into his outing. The 0-1. Harris takes a breaking ball down and away. Not tempted enough. It's a ball and a strike. Outfield is shaded toward right against the right-hand hitting Harris. Cedon a few steps over in right center. Weissert's 1-1. Swinging a line drive, pulled into left field. That's a base hit for Brett Harris. Soderstrom comes around from second and scores, and the A's take the lead on an RBI single pulled into left by Brett Harris. It's 2-1 here in the 6th. That was a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. Harris got it off the end of the bat, and he just hooked it into left field. And here comes Alex Cora to come and get Greg Weissert for Justin Wilson. So, a frustrating 6th inning for the Red Sox, has them now trailing the A's 2-1 in the 6th on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
For the 48th year in a row, Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks. The trucks that move mountains also move boats, bricks, and 2x4s. Work days and weekends, job sites and campsites. F-150 and Super Duty never stop working, just like you. Ford F-Series, official truck of your Boston Red Sox, and America's #1 selling trucks for 48 years straight. It's a record that may never be broken. Until next year. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 CY total sales.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Sturo Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
Well, tough outing for Greg Weissert after coming on for Connelly Early here in the top of the 6th inning. The A's now have the lead 2-1 on the Red Sox, who now turn to Justin Wilson to face Lawrence Butler, who's in the 8th spot in the A's lineup in the Herb Chambers batting order, sponsored by Herb Chambers, Land Rover Boston, and Sudbury. So there's runners at the corners for Wilson, who's got a 2.78 ERA and 56 outings this year. And we last saw him on Friday against the Yankees for 20 pitches across an inning and a third. It was 80 pitches from Connelly Early. Got lifted for Greg Weissert with a man at first and 1 out in the inning. It was a strikeout immediately from Weissert against Brent Rooker. Looked good in doing so. Got him with a breaking ball. But then Soderstrom with an opposite field double. Walked the pinch hitter Carlos Cortez. And then Brett Harris with a softly hit run-scoring single into left. And now Wilson to try to keep this a 1-run game. Left on left with Butler in the first pitch. He swung on it, fouled back, 0-1 on a fastball up in the zone. Wilson's been great all season for the Red Sox. Just a huge acquisition. Their first free agent signing this offseason. The lefty stares at first. Now the 0-1. Misses down and away with a slider. And it's a ball and a strike on Butler. Again, there have been opportunities out there for this Red Sox offense. They'll have 7, 8, and 9 coming up in the next half inning. Butler 2 strikeouts so far, both times against Connelly Early. Wilson's 1-1. Butler takes just down and away with a cutter, 2-1. It's Cortez at third, Harris at first. 2 outs in the 6th, 2-1. Butler swings and he bounces it foul right at home plate. Good slider from Wilson, and it's 2-2. Seen Wilson have great success inheriting runners this year. Saw him do it in Arizona a couple weekends ago. At the corners here, 2-2 runner off from first. The pitch swung on and lifted foul down the left field line to the upper deck, with Harris bolting from first on a 2-2.
Well, Cal Raleigh has hit 2 home runs tonight.
2?
55 and 56. Oh. Now he passes Griffey for the most home runs in a single season by a Mariner. I mean, so he passes Mantle and Griffey tonight.
Elite switch hitter. 2-2 has to wait as Wilson tosses to first.
And yet I still don't think he can win the MVP. I don't. It's a remarkable story. He's been great, but Judge has been Judge again.
So you got the big dumper and the kid in Seattle history. 2-2. Swinging a hard hit ground ball to second. A backhand from Sogard. He throws to first to get Butler, and the inning's over. But the A's get 2, and the Red Sox trail 2-1 in the middle of the 6th inning at Fenway on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members save even more with limited-time doorbuster deals. Save $5 on 24-count Contractor's Choice 42-gallon trash bags, now just $14.78. Plus, get your choice select DeWalt Elite Series saw blades for $9.98. Not a Pro Rewards member? Join for free today at Lowe's. Valid through 9/17. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Heather is a nurse practitioner from United Healthcare.
We meet patients wherever they live.
During a house call, she found Jack had an issue.
Jack's blood pressure was dangerously high.
It was 217 over 110.
So they got Jack to the hospital and got him the help he needed.
He had had a stent placed in his heart, preventing a massive heart attack.
If it wasn't for my guardian angel, I wouldn't be here.
Hear more stories like Jack's at UnitedHealthcare.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan, area limitation, and exclusions apply.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Yeah. I'll let you get back to your food.
So are you just going to watch me eat?
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Ice, energy, energy from Starbucks.
When you want that good afternoon energy, pick up new hydrating Starbucks Iced Energy with plant-based caffeine for a feel-good boost. Available in 3 refreshing fruity flavors: tropical peach, blueberry lemonade, and watermelon twist to give you the delicious taste you've been looking for. Energize your afternoon with new Starbucks Iced Energy. Find it in stores or online today.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
First deficit tonight for the Red Sox, down 2-1 to the A's as Nick Sogard stands in and takes ball 1 inside from Mitch Spence. Bottom of the 6th inning, Sogard, Duran, and Rafaela in the Herb Chambers batting order after the A's just got 2. The 1-0. Sogard takes a breaking ball down, 2-0. Nick singled to center in the first, blooped one in his first time in the second, should say, and then he struck out swinging his next time in the 4th. Upright stance, left-hand box. 2-0. Sogard swings and he fouls it off right at home plate on a cutter in 2-1. So Duran on deck, and who's on deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Sogard trying to start something here for the Red Sox. It's the right-hander Spence, who came on last inning. 2-1. Sogard takes a strike with a good breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. 2-2.
So Schumann goes from left field to second base. Cortez stays in the game in right, and Soderstrom stays in the game in left.
Juggling bodies all over the place. 2-2. Sogard takes down, full count, nicely done.
Still kind of early. Wonder if he walks, whether he'd be tempted by David Hamilton in a spot like this.
Bottom 6 for the Sox on a night they've had their chances. 3-2. Sogard swings and sprays one foul. Third base seats.
Again, I think most of the time Alex Cora waits and waits, and I see Hamilton with a little warm-up shirt on, so that will hold true to form. He'll be in, if at all, much later, just for pure speed.
Alex Cora typically patient, pinch hitting as well. Spence winds and the 3-2. Swinging a rope, pulled foul, first base side off the facing of the camera well. That's
so
still a full count.
A manager, and I'm not, because I wouldn't be as patient. But the more you watch, it's the right way to go. I mean, you need these guys late, but yeah, I'm just so tempted so early in these games.
Sox down 2-1, 6th inning. Spence is 3-2. Swinging a hard hit ground ball up the middle. Backhand pick by Schumann to his right, and he throws out Sogard for out number 1. Nicely done by Schumann. In from left, moving to second, and that's out number 1 here in the 6th. What'd you think about Connelly Early at 80 pitches? It's probably a lot to do with managing his workload and also third time through seeing a lineup for a second time.
Yeah, I think it made a lot of sense in the moment. I mean, he looked great. Connelly did.
Now Jaron Duran, who's been aboard twice, a walk and a single. First pitch, he swings and he chops it at first. Kurtz backups. He handles the hop and he flips to the covering Spence, and there's 2 ground ball outs.
I mean, we can all manage with hindsight, right? But, I mean, Alex Cora is saying, you know what? Connelly Early just got me 16 outs. He was great. We got the right-hander Rooker, who's an experienced hitter coming up. I have to be able. Why is Weissert on the roster if not for that spot? Kid gave me what he needed. Now it doesn't work out. And now you got the other guy, Justin Slayton, warming. Talk about another right-hander who really needs to get it going.
A right-hand hitter here in Cedon to face Spence. First pitch fastball's in for a strike. Sox down 2-1. Bottom 6 here at Fenway. In the first of 3 against the A's. Night games today and tomorrow. Day baseball on Thursday. Base is empty. And the 0-1. Cedon swings and he rolls one gently at short at Wilson. He approaches, gloves. He throws to first strongly to get Rafaela. And the inning's over. 3 ground ball outs very quickly from the Red Sox. We go to the 7th at Fenway. A's 2, Sox 1 on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members save even more with limited-time doorbuster deals. Save $5 on 24-count Contractor's Choice 42-gallon trash bags, now just $14.78. Plus, get your choice select DeWalt Elite Series saw blades for $9.98. Not a Pro Rewards member? Join for free today at Lowe's. Valid through 9/17. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Heather is a nurse practitioner from United Healthcare.
We meet patients wherever they live.
During a house call, she found Jack had an issue.
Jack's blood pressure was dangerously high.
It was 217 over 110.
So they got Jack to the hospital and got him the help he needed.
He had had a stent placed in his heart, preventing a massive heart attack.
If it wasn't for my guardian angel, I wouldn't be here.
Hear more stories like Jack's at UnitedHealthcare.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan, area limitation, and exclusions apply.
Ice, energy, energy from Starbucks.
When you want that good afternoon energy, pick up new hydrating Starbucks Iced Energy with plant-based caffeine for a feel-good boost. Available in 3 refreshing fruity flavors: tropical peach, blueberry lemonade, and watermelon twist, to give you the delicious taste you've been looking for. Energize your afternoon with new Starbucks Iced Energy. Find it in stores or online today.
Ooh, Gecko, I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app. Could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
The Christian Arcan Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
7th inning on the way. Red Sox down 2-1 to the A's. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan postgame show. Don't let summer slip away. Hurry into the Nissan end of summer sales event to get your new ride. Visit your local store or nissanusa.com today. Justin Slayton comes on against Max Schumann, and the first pitch is swung on and vaulted high into the dark sky in center. Cedon Rafaela creeps in and makes a 2-hand catch, and on 1 pitch, 1 out for Slayton. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
With Will Fleming, Mike Monaco with you, and Slayton on for Wilson, who got 1 out last inning. Now Shea Langoliers in the first pitch. Fastball's in for a strike at 96 from Slayton. 31st outing for the righty Slayton. 5.02 the ERA. 0-1. Langoliers swings and misses. Really good breaking ball. Nothing in 2. This is important for Justin Slayton, as we talked about. Still coming back fully from his time on the injured list. It's his first outing since 6 days ago, when he gave up a couple of runs in the 5th inning last Wednesday in Sacramento. A couple hits and a walk in that one. 0-2. Langelier swings and he skies one to center. Rafaela drifts back. He's under it. Makes a shoulder high catch, and there's 2 fly ball outs to begin the top of the 7th. Tonight's 7th inning is sponsored by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Call all 7s at 617-777-7777. Now Jacob Wilson, son of a big leaguer, stands in from the right side. 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. First pitch is swung on and rolled to first, and Romy goes down to a knee, gloves, takes it to the base himself, and that is a very quick 5-pitch 1-2-3 top of the 7th for Justin Slayton. We hit the stretch. The Red Sox trail the A's 2-1 on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A summer evening is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
You open the fridge, there's nothing there. So what's it gonna be? Greasy pizza? Sad drive-through burgers? Dish by Blue Apron is for nights like that. These are the pre-made meals of your dreams. At least 20 grams of protein, no artificial flavors or colors, no chopping, no cleanup, no guilt. Keep the flavor. Ditch the subscription. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
Most people would rather assemble a 300-piece cabinet than search for insurance. That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Bottom 7 on the way at Fenway. Red Sox down 2-1 to the A's. But top of the order in the Herb Chambers batting order for the Sox, beginning with Romy Gonzalez. First pitch from Mitch Spence is a comebacker over the mound towards second. Schumann gloves. He throws on the run to first. And Romy is set down on 1 pitch to begin the bottom of the 7th. And that is 4 straight ground ball outs very quickly from the Red Sox against Mitch Spence, who has retired 6 in a row.
No good. I mean, Alex Cora has talked about this at times, Mike, where like the approach was good early in this game. Springs was walking guys, but then it's almost like they couldn't get the big hit with runners in scoring position. Now everybody may be a little over-eager.
Red Sox 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Alex Bregman takes a center cutter for strike 1. With 1 out and the base is empty. Bregman 0 for 3, couple ground outs to the left side of the infield and a pop out to first. The 0-1. Bregman takes down. Ball and a strike.
You and I both believe this team is only going to make a deep run if Bregman is great, especially without Roman Anthony. I mean, their aspirations will be fulfilled, I think, almost only if he gets hot.
And I would say I have high confidence in him getting hot soon. The 1-1. Swinging a little fister on the ground to short. Wilson approaches. He gloves. Sidearms to first in time. 2 quick outs for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 7th.
I mean, if past his prologue, that's true. But I know he would like to see that happen sooner than later.
Right now. Hey, let's get to the results of our poll from the New England Chevy Dealers question of the day. At Sox Booth on Twitter. Get a closer look at Chevy's award-winning lineup at your New England Chevy Dealers. Find exciting offers, too, on the powerful Silverado and feature-packed all-new Equinox. Trevor Story stands in. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles. First pitch takes a fastball in for a strike. Question was, out of their last 12 games, how many more wins do you think the Red Sox need to feel secure about their playoff position? 5, 6, 7, or 8 or more. 0-1 is swung on and lined over short into left center field. A base hit for Trevor Story. 2-out single for Trevor, and he's got a 3-hit night. And the Red Sox have the tying run aboard here in the bottom of the 7th.
So I got sort of two answers, Mike. I know what, in my mind, will guarantee it. And I think that's 7. Because if you go 7-5, then a Cleveland of the world has to go 10-1. I just don't see that. I really think 5 would get you in.
I'm with you. The voting is in favor of 7, 51% of the vote. Here's Rob Refsnyder. First pitch is down, ball 1.
I don't know, everybody just wants to get in. I'm in that camp. But the thing about it is, if you win 3-4 your next 5, something like that, then all of a sudden it's not just getting in, it's positioning yourself to hopefully host the Yankees in the first round.
1-0. Refsnyder takes a strike.
I think that Trevor in this spot is waiting for Rob to get a strike before he runs. I mean, he might not have as good a read on Spence as he did Springs when he stole that 30th bag, but
Spence, the 1-1. Story runs. The pitch is swung on and looped towards second, and Schumann makes the catch on the humpback line drive right in front of the second base bag. So the inning's over, and the Red Sox go quietly again. The 8th inning is next. The Red Sox trail 2-1 against the A's on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members save even more with limited-time doorbuster deals. Save $5 on 24-count Contractor's Choice 42-gallon trash bags, now just $14.78. Plus, get your choice select DeWalt Elite Series saw blades for $9.98. Not a Pro Rewards member? Join for free today at Lowe's. Valid through 9/17. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Heather is a nurse practitioner from United Healthcare.
We meet patients wherever they live.
During a house call, she found Jack had an issue.
Jack's blood pressure was dangerously high.
It was 217 over 110.
So they got Jack to the hospital and got him the help he needed.
He had had a stent placed in his heart, preventing a massive heart attack.
If it wasn't for my guardian angel, I wouldn't be here.
Hear more stories like Jack's at UnitedHealthcare.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan, area, limitation, and exclusions apply.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Yeah. I'll let you get back to your food.
So are you just going to watch me eat?
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Ice, energy, energy from Starbucks.
When you want that good afternoon energy, pick up new hydrating Starbucks iced energy with plant-based caffeine for a feel-good boost. Available in 3 refreshing fruity flavors: tropical peach, blueberry lemonade, and watermelon twist, to give you the delicious taste you've been looking for. Energize your afternoon with new Starbucks iced energy. Find it in stores or online today.
You're listening to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Steven Matz is on for the Red Sox as we go into the top of the 8th, and I know that he has heard that Shaw's and Star Market have lowered hundreds of prices on the items that you buy most: boneless chicken, 2-liter Coke, avocados, snacks, and much more. Find new lower price tags aisle after aisle. Full details at shaws.com/lower prices. Now, the offense is stuck in neutral right now for the Red Sox. They got a lot of going early in the game, but almost nothing lately. Here's Nick Kurtz, always trouble. Steven Matz fires a fastball. Well located, fouled off on the third base side, and it's 0-1. This guy's been great since coming over from the St. Louis Cardinals at the deadline. Overall, his 49th appearance. Pitch. Strike on the outside corner. A changeup. And it is 0-2. Very nice job last time out, 2 days ago, Sunday against the Yankees. The 0-2. Here's a ground ball softly hit to the first base side. Romy scoops it. He's got it himself. He runs to the bag. There's one away.
It's just soft contact all over the place these last few innings on both sides.
5 runs allowed overall in 16 outings by Matz, but one of those was the shocking home run that he allowed against the Miami Marlins. One down, here's Brent Rooker. He takes a strike. Filling the zone is Matz. 34 years old and still thriving. Here's a pitch that is a little bit low, a changeup, and it's 1-1. Now the next one is a little bit low, a changeup, and it's 2-1. Next pitch across the inside half of the plate. Another curveball, and it is 2-2. Red Sox had so many chances early against Springs as Rooker breaks his bat, grounds one to third on one hop. Bregman's got it. He throws to first in time. And they're two away. Couple balls on the ground against Matt. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Don't let summer slip away. Hurry into the Nissan end of summer sales event to get your new ride. Visit your local store, NissanUSA.com today. So far, not a great night here or on the scoreboard for the Red Sox. The Mariners lead in Kansas City 10-1. The pitch, swinging a soft number. It better get foul. It's rolling down the line on the third base side. It rides the chalk and it wobbles and literally ends up squarely on the powdered chalk third base line. It's an infield hit that went about 80 feet for Soderstrom, and that's sort of how it's gone tonight.
Soft contact all over the place. It's a tiny dribbler that looked like it was going to take a left turn, but then it was going so slowly that it rolled back twice from foul ground onto the chalk and then just came to a rest there.
You just hear the oohing of the ahs of the Red Sox fan base who just saw the close-up of that on the big video board.
I think Bregman blew on it as well.
Here's a pitch to Carlos Cortez. Sinker that misses outside, and that's ball one.
Bunch of dirt particles when you were zoomed in looking at it. Kind of blew away from the ball. I think he blew on it.
Not quite Lenny Randall, but here's a sinker that's a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 1-1. 2-1 A's in the top of the eighth. Pitch black skies over top of Fenway Park at the moment. Events backed up with 2 down. 1-1 foul the other way. Carlos Cortez just debuted about 6 weeks ago. He walked his first time here tonight. He is a pinch hitter. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Red Sox have got Yoshida and Lowe available off their bench. The 1-2 swinging a foul back to the screen. Peeking ahead, Narvaez, Eaton, and Sogard are due up. I think that could be a real good opportunity for Alex Cora to use one of those weapons. Red Sox, 1 run, 7 hits, no errors. Struggled with runners in scoring position. 2 runs, 8 hits, and an error for the Athletics. 1-2 is inside. Updated box score. Brought to you by the Mass State Lottery. Make it the best night ever. Grab your friends, pick your numbers, and celebrate the night with Keno and the Mass State Lotto. Two and two. Matz is ready. He throws. Swinging a hard ground ball foul outside of first. And we will do it again, 2-2. When Rooker broke his bat, I should have reminded you that that would not have happened had he used lumber from Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project at capecodlumber.com. 2-2 the pitch. High pop-up, shallow left field, foul side of third in the end. And Bregman scampers over. He's there to make the play. And the inning is over. Nice job in the end by Matz. Sweet Caroline time. Red Sox need to get it going offensively. Bottom 8 is next. 2-1 A's. Narvaez, Eaton, and Sogard scheduled to hit. We'll see what Alex Cora does when we return to the Shaws and Star Market, WEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members save even more with limited-time doorbuster deals. Save $5 on 24-count Contractor's Choice 42-gallon trash bags, now just $14.78. Plus, get your choice select DeWalt Elite Series saw blades for $9.98. Not a Pro Rewards member? Join for free today at Lowe's. Valid through 9/17. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Deborah had to have surgery.
I had hip surgery in November of 2024.
Her United Healthcare nurse, Crystal, checked on her.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell that she was struggling.
Deborah needed help.
My infection markers were through the roof.
And Crystal knew what to do.
I called the hospital and said she's coming in.
And got Deborah the help she needed.
Crystal and United Healthcare saved my life.
Hear more stories like Deborah's at uhc.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
Ice, energy, energy from Starbucks.
When you want that good afternoon energy, pick up new hydrating Starbucks iced energy with plant-based caffeine for a feel-good boost. Available in 3 refreshing fruity flavors: tropical peach, blueberry lemonade, and watermelon twist to give you the delicious taste you've been looking for. Energize your afternoon with new Starbucks iced energy. Find it in stores or online today.
A summer evening is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Mitch Spence continues. Nathaniel Lowe on to pinch hit, and he takes a curveball for strike one in the outside corner. Red Sox need to turn this thing around. It is 2-1 Athletics. Lowe, 221 on the season, 18 homers and 78 driven in. Here's the pitch. Nathaniel swings and misses a cut fastball. And it is 0-2. Spence, like the MVP of the game right now for the A's. This is his 4th inning of work. Lowe has seen him twice and homered. 0-2. He's pinch hitting for Narvaez here. Drove in the Red Sox only run. The 0-2 is outside. And actually, he is not credited with the RBI. The official score went back and revisited that play and said that it was a double, but that Refsnyder was not going to score had it not been fumbled. 1-2 to Lowe. Here's the pitch. Nathaniel swings and misses. He's gone on a curveball down in the dirt. They throw it down to first to complete the strikeout, and there's one down. And it's just been unbelievable. The Red Sox offense, 3 singles since the 4th inning. And if you eliminate Sunday's first inning against the Yankees, they just have not hit. And so much of that is the tone that is no longer set by Roman Anthony at the top, but it is time now for other people to step up. Here's Nate Eaton. Pitch. He grounds one to third. That's another immediate ground ball out. Harris gloves and throws to first, and Eaton is retired. Just way too much of that. Last week or so for the Red Sox, 2 down. And here comes Nick Sogard.
This is a guy in Spence who hasn't pitched in the big league since early July, who at one point a few years ago was a Rule 5 pick from the Yankees. He was working at Target when he got picked in the Rule 5 draft.
It's like a Chris Martin story. Here is Sogard, who takes a little bit outside. Curveball 1-0. Hold your hand under the sensor for help. Spence exactly will be right there. 2 down, 2-1 Athletics in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch, and it is low. Curveball 2-0. I mean, you'd love a walk here. I mean, this is a spot where they would use Hamilton. If he can draw a walk right here, David Hamilton's coming out of the dugout in a flash. But Sogard might be thinking about damage right here. 2-0. Pitch is inside a ball, 3-0. And now, I think other than a fastball that is right down the middle, I believe Sogard will be content to at least see one strike. Duran is out on deck. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and it is way inside ball 4. Well, That's a good job by Sogard. He is the tying run. And will bring up Duran. No sign of right now of David Hamilton. Maybe with 2 outs the math changes, but we'll see. Sogard goes to the dugout because Mark Kotze is coming out. They're going to go to a left-hander to face Duran. Here with 2 down in the 8th. 2-1 A's, tying run aboard in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Whether you're headed to Fenway, the beach, the mountains, or just cruising around Boston, it's always better in a Ford SUV. Like Ford Explorer, our most popular model with seating for 7. And check out Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport, both equipped with GOAT modes to handle any kind of terrain you run into. Check out our whole family of award-winning SUVs at your New England Ford dealers. Proud partner of the Boston Red Sox.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
The left-hander Hogan Harris is on out of the bullpen for Mark Kotze. 1 on, 2 out. The left-hander Jarren Duran against a guy who's not been overpowering against lefties. They bat .259 against him. Duran in this game has walked and singled. Red Sox just in dire need of a borderline heroic moment right now. They've just been so stuck in neutral. Duran this season against lefties batting .209. We'll have to find lightning in a bottle right here. Jarren into the left-handed batter's box doing a little landscaping. Harris, 43 appearances, a 3.34 ERA. He does walk a lot of guys, 33 over 58 strikeouts.
And Harris has actually been better against righties than lefties. Still about league average against lefties, but it's not dominant.
Pitch to Jarren is way outside with a curveball. And it is 1-0. Masataka Yoshida's got a bat in the Red Sox dugout. I guess that might be for much later in the game. I don't see a lane for him here. Now with the lefty on the mound, 1-0 to Duran. Here's the pitch. It's swung on and fouled into the mid, a strike. I mean, I have a hard time thinking they would play the reverse splits and use Yoshida for Rafaela, who has been so cold offensively. But I don't think Romy or Bregman or Story are going anywhere either. 1-1, Duran swings and misses fastball. Top of the zone, and it's 1-2.
The way Refsnyder's going, I like him against righties too.
Me too. 2-1 Athletics. They've out-hit the Red Sox 8-7.
Boy, that'd be interesting to go left on left.
It is not impossible. I mean, if the Red Sox had a lead, they would never lift Cedon for the glove alone. But I think it's in play at the moment. 1-2 to Duran. Sogard, big lead at first, and he's going to get picked off. Throw to first, down to short. Wilson tags out Sogard. Awful. Flat out awful. Tying run is picked off. We'll go to the 9th inning. 2-1 Athletics on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members save even more with limited-time doorbuster deals. Save $5 on 24-count Contractor's Choice 42-gallon trash bags, now just $14.78. Plus, get your choice select DeWalt Elite Series saw blades for $9.98. Not a Pro Rewards member? Join for free today at Lowe's. Valid through 9/17. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowes.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Heather is a nurse practitioner from United Healthcare.
We meet patients wherever they live.
During a house call, she found Jack had an issue.
Jack's blood pressure was dangerously high.
It was 217 over 110.
So they got Jack to the hospital and got him the help he needed.
He had had a stent placed in his heart, preventing a massive heart attack.
If it wasn't for my guardian angel, I wouldn't be here.
Hear more stories like Jack's at UnitedHealthcare.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan. Area limitation and exclusions apply.
A summer evening is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Zach Kelly is on for the Red Sox as we go to the top of the ninth inning. 2-1 Athletics. They wanted the Red Sox, as they so often have, to bring Chapman on in a tie game, but Sogard was picked off in a 2-strike count, trying to be a little aggressive. Brett Harris, right-handed hitter against Kelly, and that is a cutter on the outside corner for strike one. Harris had a good night at the plate. He's singled twice and struck out swinging. The Red Sox, a little bit of momentum after the Sunday win over the Yankees, in danger of surrendering it here tonight. The pitch is a strike. I don't think that's how he wanted to throw that sweeper. He kind of backed up, though, on the inside corner. And it is 0-2. Major defensive changes for the Red Sox. Low at first. Wong is in to catch. Romy from first to second. 0-2. Pitch is swung on and missed. He got him. Good stuff from Kelly. Sweeper. So Harris is gone. They so desperately want Zach to throw strikes because his stuff can be electric. And especially right now with Weissert a little uncertain, there is an opportunity to get more leverage opportunities. Here's Lawrence Butler, one down, top 9. Here's the pitch, and that is a strike on the outside corner, cutter, and it's 0-1. Now the A's have the bullpen quiet, so that means that Harris is going to stay in. Rafaela due to lead off as Butler takes a changeup low, and it is 1-1. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Don't let summer slip away. Hurry into the Nissan end of summer sales event to get your new ride. Visit your local store, nissanusa.com today. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball, 97, and that's part of what we're talking about. It's 1-2.
Yeah, cutter was dotted, bottom of the zone. Fastball up there at 97. In-zone swing and miss, something that staffs love.
1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Change up at the bottom of the zone. You love that, too. What a 1-2 combo that is. And they're 2 down.
Can't do it a whole lot better. Cutter, fastball, filthy changeup, just spinning in sideways at the bottom of the zone from Zach Kelly. Man, it's just kind of been a sleepy game. Like, the Red Sox had their chances, especially early, and boy, their best opportunity outside of scoring a run in the third was bases loaded, nobody out in the second.
2 downers, Max Schumann, who's made a couple really nice plays since moving to second base. Fastball from Kelly misses, and it is 1-1. Fenway is not loud tonight. Everybody's sort of shocked at the moment as a cutter. He's swung on and missed. 1-1. I wouldn't say shocked, actually, but just muted because very little has happened offensively, particularly going back to the third and fourth innings. And as sort of an underscoring of that point, the wave begins, which is a telltale sign fans are a little bored. 1-1 fastball misses just down and in, and it's 2-1. These are just essential games for the Red Sox, particularly given the relative strength of the Athletics compared to especially the Blue Jays and the Tigers. 2-1 is fouled off. Good sinking fastball. And it is 2-2.
On a night when Cleveland is leading Detroit 3-2, bottom of the ninth inning. Tigers batting at home, trying to tie it up. Blue Jays up 6-3 on the Rays, bottom of the sixth inning. Yankees up 10-4 on the Twins, bottom 5 in the Twin Cities.
2-2. 2 down, bases empty. Kelly is ready at the belt. He throws. And a swing and a foul. That was a sweeper that was just enough outside. And it's clipped foul, 2-2. At the moment, I really do think that this fan base just wants to get in. And with that in mind, the scores with the Rangers, Astros, and Guardians are the most important. Somebody will lose tonight in Houston. Texas there. 2-2. Kelly's ready. And instead he steps off. I guess maybe the hitter there called time. Schumann. Red Sox do have the season series over Cleveland, not Texas. 2-2. Again, here it is. Line drive up the middle, and it's under the glove of the second baseman, Gonzalez. It would have been a miracle play, kind of a top-spinning liner. Romy decided to circle all the way around it and try to catch it on the forehand side. It bounced under his glove and into the outfield for a 2-out hit.
And if you're wondering, by the way, about the second tiebreaker, Will Middlebrooks and I were diving into this pregame. Yeah. It's intra-division record. So what you've done in your own division, even if you're dealing with a tiebreaker for a team not in the same division. So for the Red Sox in Cleveland, it's the Red Sox AL East record against Cleveland's AL Central record.
And the thing about it is all these teams have really good records in that regard, as Langoliers takes a strike on the inside corner. But the Mariners, for example, have a great record against their division and have played 3 more games, all wins, than the Red Sox. 0-1. 1 on, 2 out to pitch. Fouled off. So, yeah, just to reiterate what Mike's saying, head-to-head is the number 1 tiebreaker with Cleveland, with Seattle, with the Rangers. But, for example, right now, when you look at it, the Mariners against the AL West are 31-18. Red Sox 28-18. Remember, they've got 3 with Tampa and 3 with Toronto. So they need, really, the Mariners to lose a couple of those and then just kind of run the table against the Rays to make that close. Meantime, Cleveland against their division, 28-14, with a ton coming against the AL Central. 0-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Fastball, inning over. Red Sox looking for magic as we go to the bottom of the 9th. Due up, Cedon, Romy, and Bregman. 2-1 Athletics on the Shaws and Star Market. WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members save even more with limited-time doorbuster deals. Save $5 on 24-count Contractor's Choice 42-gallon trash bags, now just $14.78. Plus, get your choice select DeWalt Elite Series saw blades for $9.98. Not a Pro Rewards member? Join for free today at Lowe's. Valid through 9/17. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Heather is a nurse practitioner from United Healthcare.
We meet patients wherever they live.
During a house call, she found Jack had an issue.
Jack's blood pressure was dangerously high.
It was 217 over 110.
So they got Jack to the hospital and got him the help he needed.
He had had a stent placed in his heart, preventing a massive heart attack.
If it wasn't for my guardian angel, I wouldn't be here.
Hear more stories like Jack's at UnitedHealthcare.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan. Area limitation and exclusions apply.
A summer evening is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Ice, energy, energy from Starbucks.
When you want that good afternoon energy, pick up new hydrating Starbucks iced energy with plant-based caffeine for a feel-good boost. Available in 3 refreshing fruity flavors: tropical peach, blueberry lemonade, and watermelon twist, to give you the delicious taste you've been looking for. Energize your afternoon with new Starbucks iced energy. Find it in stores or online today.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Jarren Duran is back in there as the leadoff man. He was at the plate when Sogard was picked off to end the 8th inning. So a fresh count for him, not the end of the world. Duran, Rafaela, and Romy. The pitch. Jarren swings and fouls it off. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Just pulled off that one a little bit. The A's do get right-handed activity up in their bullpen.
Tyler Ferguson is throwing for them.
Fenway alive again. 0-1 to Duran. Swinging a high pop-up. Shallow left field. Shortstop Wilson is back. He calls everybody off. There to make the play. 1 down. Red Sox were flying high after the Yankee win. And 2-1 in the first inning. Didn't score. Bases loaded. Nobody out in the second. Didn't score. Runner at second with a run in the third. Fly ball out. 2-1 in the fifth. Didn't score. It's just been so frustrating. Cedon will hit, and he loops one into shallow center field, and it is going to be down for a hit. Just over the stretched out hand of Schumann, and it just had enough to get into the outfield, and the tying run is aboard in the bottom of the 9th.
I mean, how about that from Cedon? For all his struggles, he gets a breaking ball diving down and in from Hogan Harris, and just the jam job just floated into center. And here we go.
Would he be tempted to go here? Here's Romy, their hottest hitter. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Gonzalez has his 14-game hitting streak in the balance. Far more pressing matters than that, though. 0-1 pitch is down. It would have been a really good one to go on for Cedon, but he stays put, and it's 1-1. Rafaela with 19 steals this year. This is another one of those spots, that huge hole on the right side. Could Romy shoot one through? 1-1 pitch is popped up, foul of first. Kurtz is over, but that'll get into the seats and out of play. And Romy stays alive, 1-2. Springs went 4. Spence 3 2/3, and now Hogan Harris. 1 on tying run in the bottom of the 9th. 1-2 to Romy. Here's the pitch. Gonzalez swings and grounds one to second, might end the game. To second for 1, relay to first, in time double play. And at this time of year, any loss like that really stings. 2-1, the Red Sox fall to the Athletics, and they will lose ground in the playoff chase here tonight. Frustration at Fenway. Nissan postgame show next on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Why does every recipe I try need 18 ingredients, including a jar of something paste I'll never use again, but will sit in my fridge for 9 months? I just want dinner in the oven, fast. That's why I love Blue Apron's new one-pan assemble and bake meals. They send you fresh ingredients that are already chopped. All you do is put it all together and bake. That's it. No chopping, no weird leftovers. Just delicious, easy-to-make meals. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members save even more with limited-time doorbuster deals. Save $5 on 24-count Contractor's Choice 42-gallon